If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Not very good.
What do you say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marco.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof of my life, better more than no proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side floor. Just like a large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the peak. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Tobin and Leroy here with you on a hump day.
Hump day it is.
Hump day it is. Frog Boy, you took the train today, eh?
Yeah. Not as bad as JFig makes him seem.
Oh, really? Well, they're always stopping her.
Yeah. I was looking for her. I was looking.
Yeah.
But yeah, not bad. I don't know. I don't know how far a train station is from you, sir. But one of these days, you may want to give it a shot.
I might give it a shot. What did you take? You took the Tri-Rail?
I did. I took the Tri-Rail to the Metro Rail transfer.
I was definitely thinking about that this year for Heat games. I was like, maybe I should just take the Bright Line.
Bro.
You know?
I completely. What is Golden Glades? I don't even know what a Golden Glades is.
I don't know. It's just like why bang my head against the wall? I leave, I get on the train. It's a little walkie walk. What is it, like 6 blocks to get to the arena?
Yeah. So I think you can go from the Metro Rail to the Metro Mover, and then you're right across in Bayside.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Maybe. I took the train this morning, completely beat Golden Glades. And I was actually able to work on stuff on the way in. It was crazy.
Defeated the Golden Glades, dude. Defeated it. Man, let's get the headlines here. Brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. At Doral Volkswagen, choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models like the Tiguan, the Taos, and the Atlas. And remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. Got a little NFL drama. Not surprising drama. I mean, I think we all saw this coming, but DeVante Adams, he wants out of Las Vegas ASAP, Leroy.
Well,
there is now some new drama amongst this because Antonio Pierce had fat thumbs and liked a post on Instagram about him playing his last snap in Las Vegas. And then DeVante went on Up and Adams and said that he hasn't been talked to or spoken to by Antonio Pierce yet. Since the fat thumb like, if it was a fat thumb like and not an intentional like, you never know with these things. But yeah, the word is he wants out, and I feel like he's wanted out. So now the teams are lining up to try and maybe lure him away.
Let's first of all tell the whole story. And why did he go to the Raiders?
Oh, he wanted to go play with
Derek Carr.
Right.
So when you get rid of Derek Carr, you've already, one of the main reasons why he went there was to play with Derek Carr, and then you get rid of Derek Carr, and now he's playing with Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, which he's doing.
You already got to know that by doing that, you've taken the one reason why he came to you.
Yep.
And gotten rid of that reason. So you're already starting the season off on a kind of a negative note. So now we have this situation. He's like, hold up. No. But players are going to soon figure out. There's 2 teams where there's always drama. That's Dallas and the Raiders.
Very true.
Right?
Very true.
Now, the difference with Dallas is you can get paid in Dallas, even though it's going to be a bunch of chaos. The Raiders.
Never know with old haircut what he's up to.
Right.
This is just from Adam Schefter. 2 teams, and this is no surprise. 2 teams high on DeVante Adams' wish list of places to land: the Jets and the Saints. You can see the quarterbacks.
Yeah, for sure.
You could probably figure out why.
So
Interesting.
what good is having DeVante Adams if your quarterback don't have time to throw it to DeVante Adams? Whereas I'm looking at the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Carr is having a renaissance year.
Yep.
So if you're just going based on that, you play indoors. You ain't got to worry about the weather. All the teams in the division are down south. You ain't got to worry about the weather.
There's only one team he can end up with, and that's the Kansas City Chiefs. We have to do everything in our powers to stop that, because if he ends up in the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm going to be furious. And this just feels Chiefs. Like, this just feels, let me
just
swoop.
put a nail in your own tire.
But yeah, let's just, you know what? And I think I'm done with NFL for the year. I think I'm just going to, you know what? I'll stay up. I'll watch the, I'll stay up and watch the whack. Is that still a thing? You know, that'll be my football, Phil. Because if the Chiefs get DeVante Adams, what are we doing? I mean, already, what are we doing? Because, you know, the Dolphins, but like, what are we doing? Bastards.
I mean,
you could already see Patrick Mahomes sneaking into DMs here.
Yeah.
He goes, he's like, you really want to go Jets?
What is his DM say?
Oh, the DM, it says,
Yeah.
You really want to go Jets?
Yeah, anyone but the Chiefs, I'm okay with, to be honest. Even the Jets, because Aaron Rodgers has 49 days left in his career.
Hey, do you see what I'm talking about with Aaron Rodgers? 40 on an Achilles.
Yeah, I feel squeamish.
What every time he falls, not
Every
even gets
time.
tackled, falls.
Every time.
He gets up with a slight.
The only other guy I feel like that with is Tua, but now Aaron Rodgers.
And I don't know why. I don't know why people didn't. It's not that Aaron Rodgers isn't great. It's not that he can't process, make throws, and do some incredible things. But here's the kicker. One of his advantages that he had was the ability to extend plays that extra 1 and 2 seconds, then make a great throw down the field. He's lost that portion of it. And that old line, when they miss, they miss. Woo. And they get on Aaron Rodgers quick, and he's not able to extend plays. So when they protect for him and he's sitting in the pocket, he's fine. But when he's got to move a little bit, 40, coming off an Achilles, that's what it looks like.
Schmeathan says, if you gave Mahomes truth serum, would he trade Kelsey for DeVante? Oh, for sure.
No
That's
way.
up to ship. That's
No way.
Easy.
No way.
Hey, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson no longer a thing.
No way.
Come on.
He ain't trading Travis Kelsey.
Taylor Swift in Vegas, the NFL would make that trade happen.
I'm telling you.
What do you think? She's gonna sign a residency like she's Elvis?
No, you know,
They couldn't afford to give Taylor Swift a residency.
Taylor Swift would need her own casino for them to
They do that. They do that. They put them up on the top floor, whatever. But here's the kicker. I want to say Celine Dion got like $1 million plus a show.
Wow.
For the whole, so however many shows she did. What do you think Taylor Swift is going to command?
I don't know. What did Britney Spears get?
Ooh.
I'm not sure. I think she got less than that, though.
She was a Planet Hollywood, right?
Yeah, well, that's another thing. Well, but it's still like, because the way they do it now is their properties.
Sexy Sauce says the old lover residency. Yeah,
$507,000 a show for Britney Spears.
Right.
Wow.
So think about that. So that's the benchmark. Taylor Swift gonna get what, $3 million a show for 100 shows?
Sheesh.
Right.
Hmm.
And like, yeah, you first of all, you're not gonna make that money. Oh, like that Vegas cares, because they seem to just, we want it, right?
Pretty much. That's
We're
pretty
just.
much.
I'm amazed that somebody in Vegas hasn't bought a team.
Dolphins news from yesterday. Mike McDaniel said that Tyler Huntley is going to start this week against the Patriots. It seems like Skylar Thompson still nowhere ready to go.
Dude, I can't emphasize this enough.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, wherever Tyler is, Skylar, he cannot take a deep breath. Do you understand what that is like? Now you want him to think about playing football?
Oof.
Yeah. Like this, like when they say chest and sternum, same thing with Mostert. Right? Same thing.
That was the same thing that ruined Kachuk's playoff run.
Right.
The year they lost to the Knights.
It's not the
He's
injury.
still playing.
It's where the injury is and the fact that you can't move. Like, it's not like a leg, right? A leg, I can move my upper body and I can fake it for a minute or whatever. Everything you move from the waist up, and sometimes your legs that have muscles attached to the groin and all that stuff that moves affects that.
Well, we got a lot to get into here on the program, including one of Mike McDaniel's boys giving a little bit of advice on what to do with some adversity. We'll bring that to you coming up next.
WQA
Welcome back to the Leroy and Leroy show.
What happened?
I don't know. Tobin somewhere. Oh, he's coming back. But
Be cool.
he's got his culture shirt on. He's ready for Heat Coach.
You know what I was waiting for?
Let me tell
I
you.
was waiting for him to start talking and his lips moving, but we couldn't hear because that's step 2 of the Tobin return.
That's fair. I'll wear that. You know what? I'll tell you though. Heat camp. Speaking of, props to the Heat video team because they're putting out like a lot of content now, and they put out they put out drills yesterday, and so you could watch like the Heat do a fast break drill, and you saw like it was from the point of view of Spoelstra. It was really cool. By the way,
You think they do that because not as many people get to go and cover it?
I don't know. I think they're just. I think they're trying to up their game a little bit with that stuff. I think
Okay.
I think that's just I think that's a decision from the organization, just from a content standpoint. I will say on one of the fast breaks, Jimmy Butler, little dump off pass on the break to Khalil Ware. Whoo! Like the way that looked. I like the way that looked. Let me tell you something. Oosies. I wouldn't be opposed if all of the Miami Heat training camp was just fast break drills because they suck at it and they need to get that right. It would be like the Miami Dolphins. I would like them, next training camp, they should do nothing but Oklahoma drill all camp. That's just what they should do. Just Oklahoma. Get Ed Orgeron out there. He seems like he likes an Oklahoma drill.
Here's the problem. In order to do an Oklahoma drill, everybody must participate.
Yeah.
So step number 1 is baby steps. Let's just get people to practice.
Well, you speak of baby steps. I put out this clip beforehand on social media from our Bam interview about the threes. And I have regrets that you bullied me back on the amount of threes because, I asked for 200. You said you're being ridiculous, 100. And maybe I should have gone 150.
Well,
like I want to be.
Why.
I want to
Here's
be.
why.
I want him to get those things up.
He's not going to be a guy that's going to have as many opportunities to shoot threes just based on what he does on the floor. Not that he can't.
He should do what he wants.
He's not going to hang out on the 3-point line. You don't want him doing that. However, I think now if he gets the ball out there, that's an option.
I want him to do.
I just think the opportunities won't be there. He ain't going to be posted up out there like dunks.
I want him to do what he wants because he should do what he wants. He's helped everybody.
He wants to play basketball and he wants to be a pivotal component to that happening with the Heat.
Yeah, but they've mind warped him into getting everybody else open. He's so unselfish.
But listen, now I will say this. I appreciate that the Heat, they all believe in being unselfish and whatever. But damn, sometimes you got to get the basketball and say, I'm the best option.
Whew.
Right? And I think Bam has earned that, but you also have Jimmy.
Yep. Jimmy, by the way, yesterday revealing that he played when his first media session. He goes, played dominoes till 4 a.m. when I got here. And I thought to myself, I remember his first training camp with the Miami Heat. Do you remember what the storyline was the first training camp with the Miami Heat? Just off the top of your head, do you remember what the Jimmy Butler headline was the first training camp with the Miami Heat? Do you remember, Frog Boy?
Was that the working out at 4 a.m?
Bingo!
Yeah.
That was exactly what the storyline was.
Okay.
The storyline when Jimmy Butler first got to the Miami Heat was 3 a.m. workouts. 3 a.m. workouts before they hit the court at Kaiser University with and ironically, you want to know who made fun of him about that?
Tyler.
No, Kevin Love.
No.
Kevin Love then on the Cavaliers goes 3 a.m. workout. Nobody does that. Now they're teammates. But it is funny that we've gone from 3 a.m. workouts to 4 a.m. dominoes. Although he could have maybe gotten an hour in and then get a sweat in and then go play some dominoes. Who's to say?
Or maybe he realized it was nonsense.
Too early.
Or maybe he's playing dominoes, sees the camera, and is like, let's go to the basketball.
Listen, I'm not here to ask for Jimmy Butler to work out 3 a.m. and then do a 2-a-day practice. It seems stupid. But I just thought it was funny because how times have changed.
Yeah, now we're having a fun day in Coco Cay. That's how we're spending our camp.
That is how they're spending their camp. That is.
I would imagine that there won't be much fun because
Oh, they're gonna have fun.
They're
dude.
gonna have fun, dude. They're gonna.
They're going to
they
senior
will,
frog.
but you know they working.
There's gonna be day 5. Suppose gonna be like, guess what, guys? Today snorkeling.
Yeah.
Scuba.
You think Spo? Well, he is. I told you, and I told him, this is the best Spo you're gonna see all year.
Relaxed.
Relaxed. He's smiling all the time. You know what I mean? He hasn't been upset by a rough call or bad play.
He's a maniac. Like yesterday, he was talking about practice and he was like comparing it to music, and I'm like, wow, this dude is wired in.
I mean, when you've been talking for almost 20 years, like you got to be creative.
You have this, Marcos, him on his on practice to Spo.
It's the sound of music to all of us, particularly when we've had that much time off. The guys, I think, we're fresh in the mind, bodies are sharp, and we're able to have a very productive morning.
I just feel like that's what you say right before you go into the ayahuasca house. Right?
Is it in the movie? Isn't there a movie, The Sound of Music?
Yes.
There is. Yes, there is. I feel like Erik Spoelstra just like when
the fields come alive with the sound of music.
Erik Spoelstra's just listening to ambient sneakers on court. That's how he just gets his peace. Because what do you listen to there, Spo? Squeaky sneakers.
Squeak. Fresh wax on a hard one.
But Erik Spoelstra was asked about the Dolphins' adversity that they are facing right now. Of course, he is boys with Mike McDaniel. He dressed up as Mike McDaniel for Halloween. And so he was asked about all they're going through right now. And he responded the way you think Spo would respond to stuff like this with what the Dolphins are going through.
He probably feels most alive within the adversity. You know, that's what this profession is. It's not all sunshine and roses. And there are things you cannot predict. And we were watching the game last night, a lot of us, after our team meeting. What you really just want in those scenarios is just somehow to quiet all the chaos and noise from the outside. Everything just starts to ramp up, and that's the nature of the business. We signed up for it. I recognize the noise when I hear it and when I see it. It's probably, what makes me feel alive. It's probably, what makes fan bases and inexperienced people really super uncomfortable. But this is the nature of pro sports. There's adversity, and it's how you respond to that, and finding a silver lining, and ultimately, finding a benefit from it.
This man's a philosopher.
Okay, hold on though.
I got to tell you,
What?
I see why him and Mike McDaniel are friends.
The ghost of Mike McDaniel possessed this man. Woo-wee.
You feel alive. He goes, what the hell is the noise? It's not any noise. It's he goes,
noise.
I recognize the noise. It's like, what? Like, Spo just picks his head up from his cereal. He goes, it's the noise.
There it is again.
There it is.
You hear that?
Well, I think there is something to Erik Spoelstra liking the idea. I'm sure he didn't like doing 38 starting lineups last year, but he does feel alive when, hey, you know what? Pella Larson, you get to cook tonight. I don't think Mike McDaniel feels alive putting Tyler Huntley or Tim Boyle or Skylar out there right now. I think he feels very much not alive.
I saw him. He looked very
What
much
about not having Teron Armstead?
Nope.
Or having to have 3 linemen standing next to him because they ain't playing. Right? It's a little bit different because here, if you think about it, in basketball, you have 15 guys. All 15 guys have the ability to score, right? They've come into the league, and a lot of them have the ability to score. So you always have that chance of one getting hot or one having a day, and you can squeeze one out. But if you got to replace an all-pro tackle or you got to replace your starting quarterback. It ain't the same as playing without Jimmy. It's not.
It's not, because first of all, you're gonna have somebody with the ability to shoot the basketball at some point.
Right. Exactly.
You're not gonna put up 3 points in a basketball game. Not possible.
Right.
You know.
Although even with Jimmy, they did throw up a couple of 80s.
Oh yeah, I mean, listen, the Heat aren't good at offense. Don't get me wrong, but it's gonna function. Like basketball is gonna function,
right?
In some way, you may get your ass kicked, but it's not gonna look like, Drew Holiday's not gonna pick you up the entire game where you're unable to do anything.
And it's not gonna be a situation where a Detroit team comes in and beat you by 30.
Oof.
Right, but that's the equivalent to what happened. So yeah, I mean, I get him trying to compare the two, but adversity is a little bit different in that Spo can always go into a game going, we can still function.
I tried asking him something like this last year when I went to camp, because I don't remember what loss they were coming off of, but I was asking him something similar because it was coming off of, mind you, remember the finals where he was like, they were getting drubbed and he goes, we'll tip it off at Everest. I don't care. He was just being a maniac. Same thing after they lost game 6 with the Derek White tip in, and he goes, we'll tip it off right now. He just likes to get back after it. So I was just asking, I was like, hey, do you think as a basketball coach, could you handle just a week off between tough losses? And he just looks at me and goes, try having the whole summer after losing the championship. I'm like, very good. Okay, I'm sorry.
You've been boxed in.
And he probably had that little smile.
Yeah.
Right.
He knew as soon as this question was getting out there what he was going to hit me with. And I'm like,
right.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Right.
You win. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You didn't win, but you win the
you
win, and that was the too cute question award of the day.
Like, I remember my first, I want to say 3 years in Cleveland. Season was over January, first week of January. I sometimes could get home for the new year, right? Then I started having to go to playoffs, right? And I never, after the team moved to Baltimore, I never missed the playoffs again. So I couldn't imagine going back to your season being over like the first week of January.
We'll take a break. Mike McDaniel, of course, he's not as roses and sunshine right now, dealing with the noise. But he also says the Dolphins are going to get some reinforcements this week. Take a break. Back after this.
Trouble with me.
Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy. Take you up till 2 here on the program. The NASCAR playoffs are set for Homestead Miami Speedway at the end of October, and you guys can win a 4-pack of tickets to see it all unfold. To enter, go to WQAM.com/contest. If you can't wait to win, purchase your tickets at HomesteadMiamiSpeedway.com. We got Rats Off a Ship coming on later today. Miami Dolphins getting ready for the New England Patriots. Oof, what an awful game.
Oof.
We got Mark Sanchez on the call. I just saw that Barry Jackson tweeted that out. Didn't know he was still doing the broadcast game, but there we go.
Got him out of retirement for this one.
Old butt fumble on the call this week. So that should be enjoyable. Odell Beckham Jr., Mike McDaniel revealing yesterday, Leroy, that he's going to get to open up his practice window to start gearing up and getting to rev up for the season. So that's good news.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, what do you mean, dude? That's exciting.
Savior. Yes.
We don't have a third receiver.
Remember that splash we made in the offseason here with OBJ? Here it comes.
You said he was Will Fuller. He's back after 4 weeks.
We'll see.
What do we think? He's at least in practice.
He's back practicing.
He's back practicing. Maybe he'll be back.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hey, can I just give one little tidbit of information?
Yep.
Back practicing means you were practicing before.
Uh-huh.
Starts practicing.
Yes. He's never practiced.
Well, you know. Tua still doesn't get to throw to him. He's like, I haven't thrown to him yet. It's still there.
How you know he wasn't throwing to him before?
Tua said he didn't.
Yeah.
When? Yesterday?
You mean like since he said he hasn't? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
like
because neither one of them can practice with the team, but they can work out.
Secret workouts?
No, what do you mean secret? They can just
secret.
go in the indoor building and throw.
Tua's not allowed to do anything.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He's not allowed.
He can throw. He just can't practice with the team.
No. I don't think he is.
Really?
Imagine if that footage got out. They'd be like, oh, look at him. He's throwing footballs. Get him.
They're pushing him.
Doesn't matter now. He's on IR.
Arrest him. I don't know about those two though. I'd feel nervous if they were playing Madden against each other. Like someone's gonna get injured. I don't like that.
Well,
you guys just hang out.
Cam Smith is also working his way back, Marcos.
What
do you mean, dude? Come on, 2nd round pick.
Woo!
Hey, you need to get over that.
Why?
You need to get over trying to determine how good a guy is going to be in the NFL based on where he got drafted.
I'm not going to get over it or determine anything. People do great things who are undrafted. Look at Storm Duck.
I know, but my point is just because a team drafts you in a certain spot, don't mean you're going to be that good. Doesn't mean you're going to be an epic failure. But people get so, for example, the Dolphins with their 3rd pick took Noah Igbenogany, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was young. They knew he was going to need a lot of development.
Woo!
How it didn't work, but it was their 3rd first-round pick.
Yep.
So they took a flyer.
Mm-hmm.
It happens, right? It happens. Who knew that at this point in time, Storm Duck would be more productive than Cam Smith
or Chop Robinson?
Right?
By the way,
with Chop Robinson, like, think about it. And I'm going to say this, but I don't mean it like you think. Deion Jordan came into the league, a freak. He can do this, he can do that, right? But we didn't ever see any of this stuff other than his freakiness when he was in college. So he came here and it didn't work out. Like, at some point, you got to start picking up guys that you see them make plays on the football field. Don't just assume that, if we draft him, we can develop him and he's going to do something he hasn't done or you haven't seen do. And so, guess what? Chop Robinson is here. He's a stud, but he's always around the play. He'll never make the play. He's always almost there. Guess what he did at Penn State? Guess what they said when he came out of Penn State? He's always there, but he never makes plays.
Yeah, but even you guys see what Baldy said on social media about Chop Robinson?
No, I
What
didn't
did
see
he
the
say?
Chop.
So he was doing one of his Baldy's breakdowns, which if you love football, I mean, you guys see Baldy's breakdowns on social media. They're good.
I could not hate you more right now.
No, he's good. He's good. Not a big budget for that Baldy's breakdown either.
No. Just it's almost like grunge football analysis, Marcos. Just old phone up to the old screen.
Oh, he's taking his phone.
Doesn't even need to download the video. Baldy doesn't have time for that. He goes, I'm gonna film this off my screen, and that's how I'm gonna Baldy break down it. So he was looking at the Monday Night Football game, right?
Oh, God bless.
And he was doing a breakdown on T'Vondre Sweat, who's a giant.
Yeah, big
Man, very intimidating belly.
Indeed.
And so he goes, T'Vondre Sweat, massive problem, I swear. T-Pain brings the pain, throwing grown men around like frisbees. This is a big man's game. Hashtag Baldy's breakdown.
That's manly.
So then he was asked by Joe Robbie from the Dive Bar podcast. He said, okay, now do Chop Robinson next. And Baldy said, he didn't do anything. Oh, Baldy! Come on, Baldy! Woo! Baldy! Not worthy of a Baldy's breakdown because there's nothing to break down.
Damn, dude.
Now, mind you, I'm not rads off a ship on Chop Robinson. I'm not saying he's a bust or nothing. But it's one of the. Did your mic?
I'm not either.
Oh, there you go. But
here's the deal.
I didn't like that.
If he does the same things he did in college,
Baldy,
can we be shocked or surprised?
No.
And that's my point with this. We tend to draft, and it's not just the Dolphins. It's a lot of people who draft, oh, this guy's got a lot of speed and can run a lot of routes. He can't catch, right? Like there's guys running around here, the ball kicking their ass, but they can run fast, right? You see guys, oh, he's undersized. He doesn't, or whatever. Okay, but now he's a Hall of Famer, Zach Thomas. So at what point are we going to watch football and determine how a guy is going to be able to play and not rely on a coaching staff who might not even be there as far as development?
Right. Yeah.
So there's a lot of that going around in NFL. They do it especially at quarterback. Ooh, he's big. He looks the part. He's got a cannon. But yeah, he throws it to the other damn team.
They probably should have been on Bryce Young, though.
Whereas, guess what? If you want to, go back in time, what Tom Brady did in New England was exactly the same crap he was doing at Michigan. Because they replaced him with the pitcher, right?
Was he a pitcher or was he a third baseman?
I don't know. He was a baseball player. Drew Henson, third baseman or whatever. They replaced him with him because he was supposed to be a can't miss,
Strapping
right?
young lad.
And then when he threw 4 picks, they bring in Brady to bring the team back to win. And it happened on a number of occasions. And I'm like thinking, wow, he can play. And you know what they said? Oh, he's slow. He can't move. Look at his body. Oh, my goodness. Right? So there are signs in college, if you choose to see them and overlook the predetermined qualifications of an NFL player.
Well,
there are things that you can see watching film where you can tell, okay, that guy's a baller.
I mean, Iowa's been pretty decent in his return. He's made some impact plays, but I mean, look, Jalen Phillips I think Jalen Phillips is not playing this weekend. Mike McDaniel said we don't know severity, but he's like, he's not playing this week.
Right.
Although Luis does point out, Chop broke the 3-cone record.
There you go.
Pretty good.
And how many cones are on a football field when it's 1st and 10? Huh? What cone is he broken in? What cone is he broken when it's 1st and 10 against the Tennessee Titans? Thank you. Like, that's my point.
One of those
That's my
cones.
point. Ooh, he's explosive. Look at the vertical on him. We did that in basketball. Harold Miner was supposed to be the next Jordan.
Had to know this was coming from Schmeathan.
What?
Tobin broke the 4-cone record at Dairy Queen.
Point for Twitcher.
Soft serve, very easy to take down.
On a cruise ship?
Wait, have you been on a cruise before, Marcos?
I worked on a cruise ship, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I got to tell you.
Well,
I went on that. Remember that cruise we did to Bimini?
I never went on those.
Oh, you didn't go?
No, I've never been on them. Didn't you go? Didn't you go with Dante Culpepper?
Yeah, we did our show from there.
No, you did it with Eric, not me.
Okay. So we went over there, and I hate boats, right? Because I hate the fact that I can't just get up and go when I'm ready, right? But here's the kicker. As soon as I couldn't see land on my left, I could see land on my right. So that made me feel better. Not that if something happened, I was going to be able to swim to where I was looking, but I still made me feel a little better.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I like my Mima I had to drop her off yesterday. Mima just went on a 2-week cruise in Greece.
Why do I feel like Mima goes on a lot of cruises?
She goes once a year with her brother and her sister.
Gotcha.
Right?
Bring her blue pen with her by any chance?
You never know when somebody's gonna want to get married. Mima's like, I'm ready.
Do we have any resolution to that? Are you not married?
I don't know yet. They have to reject it, or I don't know.
Oh, he just sent it in.
Yeah, I mean, they said figure it out. I don't know. So I'm waiting on a response.
But you sent it in blue. You didn't try and trace it?
No, you can't trace it, you idiot.
You can't.
It's gonna really look fake.
No, you can trace it, but
No, you can't.
My maybe wife decided she wanted to be honorable at that moment and was like, no, we're not gonna trace it. I'm like, now is when we want to abide by the rules.
Why you didn't say that while we were signing?
Well, I didn't know. You distracted me. Remember, Leroy?
I didn't know it was going down when we walked to the other room.
You hit me with the Bam.
We came back and went, ooh, let's get a picture. I'm like, we're done? What happened?
Pick and roll and stuff.
And then you like looking at me going, my birth certificate.
Well,
yeah, hey man, we need to do a better job of like evaluating talent. I don't know how to do it. I'm not an expert at it, but I know we got too many guys who look the part but can't play the part.
We'll take a break. More to come here on the show, including Mike McDaniel's answer for the fans booing. Back with more for this.
We have It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tonga Vailoa. Dolphins quarterback. Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy with you here. Start off with our headlines, which are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. At Doral Volkswagen, choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Taos, and Atlas. Remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. Miami Dolphins getting ready for a Week 5 matchup against the New England Patriots. This is their last game before the bye week. Yet still 2 more games without Tua, at least. Big NFL news today. A lot of people watching the DeVante Adams situation. He reportedly wants out ASAP. Preferred destinations, no surprise, are with his former QBs, Aaron Rodgers. So he wants to either go to the New York Jets or Derek Carr, his BFF in New Orleans. What do you think about Adams?
What do you think?
Well,
I think he could play longer in New Orleans than he could in New York.
What would it cost New Orleans to get him? No.
I mean, the way the Raiders sound, they give him away.
True.
And it's not like other sports where you got to match. I mean, it's not like basketball where you got to match salary. They give me a 5th rounder and just pay this contract.
5th rounder, though? That's right.
I'm just saying, like, it might be something like that. Like you taking the load off of them and relieving them of a contract.
Yeah.
it feels like, though, if there was one organization, because I don't feel like New Orleans is dealing with the win now pressure that New York is because of the age.
And they're actually winning. So, but here's the deal. What if they say he can get us over the hump and make us even more explosive?
Yeah, no, I get it. But I think I wouldn't disagree with New Orleans doing it. But if you're going to try and like play the desperate team to get more in return, I feel like the Jets could get to listen. The Jets traded for Hassan Reddick, didn't give him a contract, idiots. I don't understand that. The guy's just sitting on the
How crazy is that?
So weird. So, Hassan, you good if you play on the deal? No. All right, cool. We're doing it anyway, man. Don't worry about it. You know, I'm sure you come here, you love New Jersey, you'll fall in love. You'll fall in love, you know? You know that's where they shot The Sopranos.
So he's like, has he even he's playing? So he's like,
I don't believe he's shown up since his introductory press conference. I don't think he's coming.
He's playing.
Hassan Reddick's playing?
Yeah.
Where'd you see that?
He's not? I thought he was playing.
I didn't think he was playing.
Nope.
I'm just gonna we're all gonna Google it.
He's not playing at the moment.
Yeah, he's not playing. I don't think he's shown up, Leroy.
So they traded for him.
Yeah. It says that he's lost out on more than $9 million by sitting out the Jets for 4 games. Yeah.
Well, what's the minimum? Doesn't he have to play 10 games?
The games he can sit out.
Okay, so he has to return, I guess, depending on their bye, like weeks. So he has to return week 7.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
All right. Jets.
Woof. Now, you know it would be a Jet move.
Yep. What?
He comes back after 10 games, and then after the season, they franchise him.
That's not nice.
That's so Jets.
That would be. Meanwhile, Mike McDaniel, he's got words. He was asked yesterday about the fans booing very loudly. Woo! Boo birds were out on Monday Night Football. Deservedly so.
I got asked that one time, and I said, I'd boo my ass too.
Well, Mike McDaniel
That
says
ended the conversation, though.
he doesn't feel. Well, he didn't do it as succinctly as you did. You know him, dude.
Yeah.
He's got words. He says doesn't feel entitled to blind loyalty from the fans. Here is Mike McDaniel.
Worst part about all of that is you have people that I can relate where weeks are ruined with losses, and the worst part about it is that you don't have any control. So that's not a fun place to be in. I know sporting events where I'm rooting for a team and I'm not coaching in it. I get much more angry when there's failure than when I'm coaching and I can actually problem solve something. So it's to be expected. This is the big leagues. I don't, to feel entitled to blind support. I think that's not my cup of tea.
Oh, not his cup of tea.
Basically, he's saying I understand their frustration.
Absolutely, but he takes a lot more words.
Yeah,
that's not Mike McDaniel's way.
Not his cup of tea. Not Mike McDaniel's way.
Yeah, and the only other person in town that would answer a question like that is Spoelstra.
No, I think Spo would call people out for being soft.
Did you ever see that clip of him calling out Ira? That was
sure did.
The highlight.
He's a maniac.
Yeah, he is a maniac.
Ira's just listing off Paul George, Sixers, Karl-Anthony Towns, Knicks, and he goes, "You sound scared."
Oh, yeah.
What he's not playing, Spo.
There's no smile either.
What position is he going to play?
Ira's going to be sitting here. He's like, I'm writing about you guys no matter what.
You put Ira out there, he's going to be headbutting knees and butts. So short.
Oh, man. Speaking of the NBA, by the way, you see this clip of Scoot Henderson. Now, mind you, this is the guy.
Oh, Scoot.
They got Dame out of town.
Nobody's better than Scoot. That's my that's my Joe Cronin. But Scoot
sounds so creepy.
That's how he's. And nobody's better than Scoot. He didn't start last year. Not really sure if he's going to start this year. He didn't have a great rookie year with everybody was basically like, hey, listen, it's Wembanyama, but Scoot, pretty good consolation prize. Yeah. That's why we got nobody's better than Scoot. And he felt comfortable getting rid of Damian Lillard. So this was Scoot Henderson yesterday showing up to media day, or maybe it was 2 days ago. And you just watched the clip, Leroy, and for our audio audience, you will miss him making some expressions with his face, but his answer just as weird that you can hear.
All right, Scoot, now that you have a couple months of distance from it, kind of what do you look back on about your rookie season and kind of what you learned from it?
I look back at the good food that I had. Yeah, a lot of the food. And then, what I've learned from it.
What? What?
So, first of all, how old is he? 21?
I don't even know if he's 21 yet.
Right. So let me ask you a question. At no point in time to this day can I go to Fonz and say, what have you learned from last year? Right? Right? Like, come on. You got to be careful, grown-ass men asking kids questions or young men. Because he's not even 21.
Nope.
Of course, I think about food and stuff like that.
Like, come on, man. You had an entire year in the National Basketball Association.
On the worst team.
That was a team.
Tell me anything.
That team was so bad. Remember, Chauncey Billups said this offseason that he caught a kid putting up highlights at halftime that they were losing by 20.
Right. So, yeah. So, what did you expect? Wait a minute. You wait till Tommy gets 19, 20 years old. And I want you to think of asking him a question like that. Right? Look at him. He like, I'm gonna get him right now. I'm about to get
now
him.
that you have a couple months of distance from it, kind of what do you look back on about your rookie season and kind of what you learned from it?
I look back at the food, the good food that I had. Yeah, a lot of the food. And then, what I've learned from it.
Okay. See, but then what's his last sentence then, Leroy?
Because I think he was trying to say is learning from last year. He said, what did you take from last year?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he wanted to say, I learned from last year.
I got to say, though, like one thing we probably do take for granted as an NBA player is going from G League Ignite food to NBA food.
Right, but think about this. Going from training table to eating at fancy restaurants all the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fine. Yes, but if that is what my first round pick is saying, dude, what his rookie year was
Marcos.
Well,
here's what you got to do. And here's what I have learned to do because I've been through that. Stop treating 20, 21-year-olds like grown-ass men. Like they've lived a life. He just came from college, right? Where, he could get up when he wanted to. Just get up and go to class. He didn't have to really pay attention. He had to just be there. He could figure out Cliff Notes later. Or he could go out to a club that night, right? He was eating training table or eating fast food or eating pizza and stuff like that. So to him, probably the food changes were the most important. Why do we treat?
Well, here's what I would say though, Leroy.
Yeah.
If you're a Spurs fan and you heard, I saw some of the quotes come out from Victor Wembanyama. Maybe it's like an American European thing because
also young.
Victor Wembanyama's like, put on 25 pounds of muscle. And I'm with, no prisoners. Like he seems locked in, and
he's also been a professional longer.
No, they're the same rookie, the same class.
No, he's been an NBA player. Wembanyama has been a professional longer.
They both play in the same league, though.
Who?
They both played in the G League.
Wembanyama didn't play in the G League.
Yeah, he did.
No, before he got drafted,
they played on like a fake team.
Yeah, I thought Wembanyama played in France.
I'm sure he did at some point, but
I'm saying he was a professional longer. He was the next newest biggest thing far longer than we knew who the hell Scoot was.
They played each other before they got drafted.
Right.
It was like a big matchup. Everybody was getting excited.
I understand that, but he was on a club team from the time he was 16, 17 years old.
Yep.
Now Scoot didn't do that. So he had been handling stuff like that for 2 or 3 years before he got to the NBA.
I'm sure you can take anyone's answer though. I'm sure Tyler Hero didn't sound like that. Of like,
no, you're that point. I get you. I get it.
The food was dope,
right? And I'm gonna say this, but I don't mean it. But I kind of mean it.
Mm-hmm.
In Stephen A's voice, stay off the weed.
Everybody's looking at him and saying, "I'm high as a kite, yo."
Right. That's what I'm saying. I didn't take it as serious as everybody else did because I know who I'm dealing with.
I feel like the only way to get through media day is taking an edible. Oh man, more questions.
Dude,
I got to do more pictures.
Can I just tell you, it's the worst.
Can you imagine if we just tuned into Hot Seconds with Jax every single day and everybody's high as a kite? Jax is like, how come you can't get any answers? He goes, Jax, I don't know that. You don't know who your teammates were at Kentucky? What?
I don't even know where I'm at right now.
Yeah, see, when I was in college, everybody didn't have to go to media day. Right? So
there wasn't Oh yeah, well they still don't do that for college media days.
And
they send 3 nudes.
And then I worked myself when I got to the NFL. It was known. Don't ask a stupid question. he'll call you out. Because I've said to reporters, I said, you watch this game for 4 hours. You had 20 minutes, right? All I had the chance to do was take off my pads. And I got to answer questions about what just happened offensively and defensively for a whole game. And that's the best question you could come up with? I said, and y'all criticizing me?
My first question to our rookie was, you think you got better hair than Pat Riley?
Yes. And
by the way,
listen.
He was like,
I wanted Babushka. Yo, fraud.
No, I'm not doing that.
Did you see him turtle up, Marcos?
Got scared, dude.
Got scared.
And then the interview.
Scared.
Right as he was walking up and getting out of there.
No, you get up and said, whoa, Tobin. Babushka?
You didn't say Babushka. You just like, you're not going to do that thing? I'm like,
what thing?
Bastard.
Hey, fraud. You're a fraud.
I'm not a fraud. I'm not doing my Serbian voice in front of the Serbian power forward.
You're radio tough guy with us.
Tough guy.
Oh, yeah.
You guys want
to do nothing but bits. Do the bit.
That's all you want. You guys want me to do that at press conference. You want me to? No. This is what you guys want me to do. You want me to show up at Heat Locker and be like, Nico?
Yes.
Not enough shots tonight to get mixed contract. Why?
Yes. Listen.
Just as Babushka.
I figured you had to do it.
I'm not doing Serbian nor Slovenian voice.
Oh,
to the giant Serbian.
Then,
no thanks.
Fraudulent.
It's not like I called him a bum. I love him.
Oh, okay. By the way, isn't it Rosh Hashanah today?
Tomorrow, I believe.
Tomorrow?
Or maybe it starts at sundown. I'm not positive.
Okay.
I know there's no school tomorrow.
Let me just say, is it their birthday, right? Not
what
birthday,
is?
but New Year.
New Year. Yeah, New Year. Yep.
Happy New Year to all my Jewish friends. I know they're gonna celebrate with food or starving. That's all I know. I did a Passover meal.
Yep.
In college. Let me tell you, they tricked me because I wanted to get the whole experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw this jar, right? And I'm like, what's that? So you gonna try it? Now I don't like trying stuff out of respect, right? I say, yeah, if that's what everybody's eating, I'll try it. Say, how do you eat it? Put it on a cracker. Boom, boom, boom. Right? First of all, got to tell you. You know you got to smell it, right? I was like, goodness. So I was just being like, trying to be the good friend. And so I eat it. I say, what is it? Gefilte fish. I say, fish in a jar, right? And then my friend looks over and goes, I would have never ate that. I'm like, what? It was horrible. I was like, dude, just imagine pickles. You got the little pickled onions. You got the peppers. You got the jalapenos, and then gefilte fish. Like, no. We ain't eating food out of a jar.
You guys want to know Scoot's real first name?
Yeah,
Sterling.
Sterling
Henderson.
It is. Scoot it is.
I thought you were going to say gefilte fish.
No, dude.
We'll take a break. Back with more of this.
Previously on
Tobin and Leroy.
Fraud with good access.
how many times this thing was remade. We got the Men in Black, but the OG is what? Patrice Rushen?
Yep.
Yep.
That's correct.
Yeah. Sim Forget Me Nots. That's the name of the song, Forget Me Nots. Yeah, this is my youth right here, boy. Y'all don't know nothing about this. Y'all don't know nothing about this.
This is before your time, Leroy. You don't know.
This before your time.
Oh, this before your
right
time.
This right in my this right in my wheelhouse.
It's not my time.
No. Oh, wait, that'll be your time.
What?
Hey, this is another barbecue song.
Damn,
like a mellow, kind of right after you done ate about a half a chicken and about a half a pound, 2 pounds of crawfish and some oysters. Yeah.
Well,
I got to tell you,
don't have to do that. Well, we get it. You don't like it.
Remember the oysters we had at Shuck and Dive? Did I tell you about the ones?
Yeah, they were amazing. They were so good.
I had ones at Rustic Inn, the same kind.
Oh.
Like now, here's the difference though. They use different oysters because these oysters were giant. So that meant more cheese and spinach. But they were tasty.
Spinach.
Tasty.
Panthers are on TV tonight if you want to watch a little preseason action. Want to get?
I know.
Get your Cats primer. We're
on CW.
Yeah, tonight,
Okay.
7:00 against the
All right.
Lightning. Man, we played the Lightning a lot.
Play the Lightning a lot.
Yeah.
Sick of them, dude.
You know what my favorite is when they do the split squad. I'm like, wow.
I just want hey, Panthers, if you're listening, next week, can we get a ring tour? Like, can you guys bring in some rings? I want to see some rings next week. Come on, baby.
Before they become available.
Bring the cup in, bring the rings in. Let's get a little let's give us a little looky-loo next week after you have open at night.
I would say they're doing the ring thing when next Friday?
Next Monday.
Oh, this next Monday?
Monday is ring night.
I would bet you they have the rings.
Tickets, I believe, are still available. I think $20 goes to the Panthers Foundation if you want to go to ring night. It's going to be Goosey's galore. I believe there's also a Panthers championship documentary. They just released something. There's a Panthers championship movie on ESPN Plus if you have it. That's now available. And then JFig told us about the hockey show that they're also doing on Amazon Prime. So if you want some Panthers Goosies, you got to get, the Cats don't let us down, okay? Let us not forget. We are sitting here. We don't know what quarterback's out there, all right? We were very tight-cheeked on Saturday. The Heat, they got a lot of proving to do after what happened last year. But the champs, it's defending tour. That's what starts next week, Leroy.
Oh, my goodness. Stop putting names on that.
Is that the kid from last year?
That's a Panthers kid from last year.
This is a monumental moment in my life.
It's all downhill from here, kid.
Wait, what is he, 6? Like in monumental moment in your life? Oh my goodness.
This is a monumental moment in my life. Because who's going to get past Bob? Like, that's the real question.
Oh, man. I hope that kid got a Bob autograph at some point. Was that the muscle kid?
That was a muscle kid, yeah. Shirtless.
Oh my goodness. Right down the street from me.
Yeah, Will Levis have multiple commercials, or is this the same Mayo commercial that he has?
I think it's the same Mayo commercial.
Oh, okay, there's no way 2 people are endorsing this guy, right?
And it's weird that they do. Doesn't he have red hair?
Yeah, reddish. Yeah, reddish. Nah, he has. It was like some training apparel that he's wearing. No bull. Not the guy to be wearing that. Have Mason Rudolph do those commercials, dude.
Too late. Recorded in the summer.
They're in the can. I'm telling you right now, the Dolphins, there was no way that they felt great. They're like, oh, man, we wanted Will Levis out there. Damn it. Especially right after he threw to Emmanuel Ogbah.
Oh, my goodness. That was a hell of a play, too.
Yep. Big pause.
I didn't even see him. He's 6'5", dude. Like, what are you?
No, it's not that. Let me tell you. And this is what the zone blitz was, right? You don't know which 4 you're going to bring. And so what happens is you can free up a guy only bringing 4 because you bring one guy outside and drop one guy inside, right? And that's what happens with that. So with Agba, they only brought 3 or 4, but they dropped Agba into the slant line, the slant path, and he picked it off. And when Will Levis said, "I didn't," he's a D lineman. He was on the line of scrimmage, and that's how they get you. That's how it works. That defense was executed to perfection. That he dropped in the right net. Now, a lot of times, the hardest thing to drop, the hardest thing to do, is how is he dropping into an area where a guy's running a route behind him, right? So you know exactly, and you practice it, and you drop 5 by 5 or 3 yards deep and 2 yards outside of your alignment. And you just practice that. And that's how it works. And it worked to perfection.
Man, it was a hell of a
when you get
play.
a smarter quarterback, he'll see that and he'll pump fake and go somewhere else. But you can only do it once or twice a game. You can't keep doing it. Because once they pick up on it, they might then run at you. So now you dropping and they run something at you. So, it's a cat and mouse game. But, yeah, it was believe me, this all started with Pittsburgh in the 90s. With, I think, was Dom Capers the coach? The defense coordinator? I think so. Well, Dom Capers, I think, is the one that started the whole zone blitz thing, I think. And
God, that hair. Every time I Google him.
Yeah. And I got to tell you.
Man, where hasn't he coached? Jesus.
Right. We had a rule. And this is the rule we went into when we played Pittsburgh. They're just sticks with hats.
Yeah, 92-94, Dom Capers, Pittsburgh.
Yep. So
that was his first coordinator job. Before that, he was DB coach all over the place.
Yep.
And then after Pittsburgh, head coach of the Carolina Panthers.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that was your head coach? Was Dom Capers your head coach when you were there?
Yeah.
How about that? How did that hair look in person?
It was, they ran a tight ship there. Woo, goodness. Locker room was quiet.
Tell you what's not tight. That hairpiece that he had on.
He have a hairpiece.
Dude, well, he dyes the holy hell out of it then.
Looks
like a helmet.
Come on, this was 30 years ago. I ain't talking about yesterday. I'm talking about 30 years ago.
That's totally a hairpiece.
It was like, you know how this offense right now is like the hottest and latest thing, getting the ball out of quarterback's hands quick and all that stuff. This has been a new wave of offensive football.
Yep.
Right? That's what the zone blitz was. And it started in Pittsburgh.
We'll take a break. Mix things up. Coming up next.
When you QAM.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. We are streaming live on the Odyssey app. You can download that for free on your app store, AUDACY. You guys can stream us there on demand, get the podcast, and on all your podcast platforms. You can also watch us every single day on YouTube and Twitch, live 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The handle, Miami 560 WQAM. Go subscribe, and you guys can get clips as well if you want us in bite-sized form. Put on an entire montage.
Bite-sized form? We are a meal.
Yeah, well, I put a meal of all of our angry callers yesterday into one clip there on YouTube if you just want to watch that. Seems to be the one everybody's mostly resonating with today on the YouTube page. Speaking of resonating, if you guys want to mingle with us, just not by the phone, you can join the WQM on-air staff at Smoke on the Water in Weston for Whiskey Stars and Cigars. Wednesday, October 9th. It's presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall. Enjoy fine whiskey, a good cigar, and sports talk with the QAM on-air staff. Free to attend, but you do need to RSVP.
What kind of whiskey?
Fine.
I have no idea. I'm just...
If you guys RSVP at WQM.com, you get an invite and a complimentary cigar. We were supposed to have this a couple weeks ago. We postponed it because of an abundance of caution with the weather. So it is back going next Wednesday. And check it on out. Smoke on the Water in Weston, presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall. Official partner, The Main Man. Nobody better to help you flip your biz and cash out big than The Main Man. Go online to themainman.com. And sponsored by the injury law firm of Cohen and Judah, where a partner handles every single case. Call 866-FAIR fee. Let's mix it on up.
Hey, yo, Marcos, are you going?
Am I going to what? Oh, yeah, of course. I'm definitely going to that. The Whiskey Stars. I'm definitely going to be out there. I mean, they need me. They have a panel talking NFL football. How can you not have the NFL insider such as myself?
You need a ride?
I don't.
Yeah. Tobin agrees. Yeah, I'll take a ride, Leroy. I appreciate that. But I don't want you to have to come east to go west, so I'll Uber to you.
Ooh.
Does that make sense?
You're still going to need a ride home.
You know, we should invite Baldy.
He knows
insiders are going to be in there. You know.
Oh, he knows ball. So good.
What do we got today in the mixed bag, Baldy?
Wow. I have reports from the Bahamas.
Oh,
we have word that although Tobin tried to get them to practice somewhere by JFig's house or in the Everglades, Erik Spoelstra explains why it's beneficial to travel to the Bahamas for training camp. This is a Heat head coach.
No, you hear all the things of like, hey, it's great to get away for the camaraderie and connection and building, and yes, that's a big part of it. It also signals that this is different. This is the start of a new beginning, a new opportunity. You get away for training camp. You can kind of just focus on each other, focus on, putting in, the foundation, for the season. And it should feel different than a regular season practice in January, February.
When they barely practice.
Yeah. But I feel like their barely practice isn't like the Mike McDaniel barely practice. It's just the schedule. The schedule's hectic. That's why.
It is hectic. It is. It's definitely those dog days of winter at that point. But look, they're doing two-a-days. Jimmy's playing dominoes till God knows what hour in the morning, but he's still making it to practice.
Should I be okay with that? Is that the we're good with that, right? He's allowed to do that, right?
I mean,
can I just tell you, the crazy thing about that is we were the same way in football camp. Like, no matter how exhausted you are, you skip dinner and go hang out at the local little bar and hang out for a few minutes, then go to team meetings, then play some cards afterwards.
It looked like they got on his IG yesterday. He was playing dominoes with Boy Wonder. So it's team camaraderie as well.
Hey, I tried. Listen, I'm going to hose them all down.
I will tell you, Leroy. Ever since it has been revealed by Nico that Bam is the biggest cheater on the team, looking at some of the comments on the interview,
a
lot of people say illegal maneuvers by.
I told you.
Wow,
I told you guys.
Saying that.
Like,
I'm not saying that.
Put it this way: if the rules aren't clear from the beginning, it's like playing two different types of games with two different types of strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm playing one strategy and he's just trying to score, because guess what? See how I locked the board up and he had to take all them dominoes?
Yep.
I'm supposed to get all them points. But then he said, oh, you need 10 to get on.
Wow.
So none of them points counted. The game would have been over right then and there. So that's why I was just like, we ain't gonna sit here and argue about that. But no, I got something for him. Don't y'all worry. Everybody saw them dominoes being played and saw what was going on, but y'all don't know how to play dominoes, so y'all just went on. Oh, Leroy, give it up.
No. I went by your face. No, what I was going by because
I was shocked that we get ready to do. I wanted to curse.
Okay.
He's sitting there playing these games. He know how the rules go.
I wish you would have just cursed.
You know how the rules. Bam, and then he, he do that thing. Oh, that's okay, Leroy. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay.
Hey, Leroy,
that thing. The thing that make you even madder when you get in an argument and the other person does that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I was about to curse, but I say, you know what? I'm not gonna do this. You're not gonna get me because then everybody gonna laugh. Pam got in your kitchen. He got in your head. No, so I didn't do it. But the people on Twitter and the people commenting knew what was up. Y'all just don't play dominoes, so y'all didn't know. But you tell Bam I'm looking for him. And guess what I did? I called Lorenzo. I told you I ran into Lorenzo. He drove off like I was a mugger.
That's right.
I seen him walking in the public, right? And I was like, that's Lorenzo. So I tried to catch up to him, but he went into the store. So I went into the store to do what I was going to do. So when I came out, he was walking. When I came to pay, he was leaving. So I hurry up and paid. And then I knew where he was parked. So I ran up to his car. I'm like, yo, Lorenzo, yo. Whistle. He pulled off. So then he said, oh, man, I do not remember telling you. And I told him his escape route. I said, oh, you pulled over by that Wells Fargo and you went. He said, oh, man, because, he's on leave.
Yeah, he just had a baby.
He had a baby. Right. So he said, I was probably mad because I had to go back because I got the wrong thing. Right. I'm like, whatever, dude. I say, okay.
Those run. I will say, few things. I mean, there's more stressful things in life. However, just on a relationship level, when you f up a Publix run with a baby,
and now you got two people looking at you, the baby and your wife, right? No, so yesterday, in the kitchen, somebody tried to, I'm gonna say this, stuff a tea bag down the garbage disposal, so everything got backed up. So Fonz was mad because he's cooking, because Fonz like an 80-year-old man, right? He is the 125-year-old that I could have that serious conversation and he'd be like right in line because he's older than me. He's less silly than me. So he's like, man, I can't even cook. So he's like, I said, man, hold on. I got some stuff that don't work. This is what we got. And I'm like, oh, goodness. All right, dude, I'll go get you a snake. So I go get the snake. Take it apart, work the snake. Then we go outside and take the hose and shoot the hose. And he's yelling, stop. I'm like, hey, man, when you turn the water off, there's still water in the hose. It don't stop right away. I said, you got to pinch it. You got to pinch the hose. So we yelling back and forth, right? Dogs run all over the place. So finally we get that done, right? And then he takes the thing, like, put it back in. He said, yeah, I think I got it. Put the stuff back on, let the water go through. Oh, man. This one don't have a washer, right? The little plastic thing to make it tight. So then I go back to the hardware store, get some washers, then we get it to work, right? And I'm like, dude, I'd rather deal with your mama. Like, goodness, he is a cranky old man.
That being said, what else we got in the mixed bag, Marcos? What were we talking about? Did we even get to the first thing?
Spoelstra, the Bahamas. It's important. Some other stuff.
Did we even
Jimmy
play
Butler?
the clip?
Yeah, we played.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler. Yeah, let me hear Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler said he had a plan for media day, but he's playing it close to the chest.
Jimmy, because there is a betting line and America wants to know, what might you have shown up at training camp if you had a full day to get your full team going?
I definitely had something planned, but I'm not telling y'all because I can still use it. So
And
until next year.
the leading proposition was Jimmy bald, which could have been a skin mask or actually clean shaven on the head. Would you ever shave your head?
Yeah, I would, but it'd take a lot of money for me to shave my head because if I want to shave my head, it's going to cost you at least $200.
So we'll start a GoFundMe and see.
Please do it.
That's journalism right there. Ira.
Wait, first of all,
That's good.
wait.
That's good.
First, I'm going to call BS on Jimmy. You're
Oh,
telling me, wait. A man who sells a cup of coffee for $30 would shave his head for $200?
200 million.
Right. There you go. You see what I'm saying? That don't even sound right. He ain't cutting his hair. Here, hold on. Where my wallet at? I got 200 right here. Let me shave it. I'll throw in another 5.
Wow. Well, Jimmy,
Yeah, come on.
$700 offer.
Come on. Does that even sound right?
Nah.
A man who charged $30 for a cup of coffee to the same people that he say he $200? Absolutely not. By the time you get there with your 200, it'll be $2 million.
What else you got in the mixed bag, Marcos?
We have been witnessing up close and personal the Swedish swish.
Yes.
Although we didn't get a chance to sit down with Kalel Ware. I believe Solana did. But now Jimmy has a chance to experience them up close and personal. One more from Jimmy here as he describes his time with the rookies thus far.
Nice, man. They play hard. They play the right way, and they do whatever it takes to win. Whatever you ask them to do, they're all ears. They're listening, and they're trying to make that happen to the best of their ability.
Excellent.
Wow.
That's what I like to hear from my rookies.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I will say this. The Heat only bring in a type of player where this isn't an issue. You've never really heard of a rookie being lazy that the Heat have brought in. See what I'm saying?
Well,
who?
There was one, but he got a lot of chances.
Beasley?
I wouldn't say lazy. I would just say aloof.
Henderson. So he had that Winslow culture too, with that Winslow culture, that Beasley culture. I think Michael Beasley came out 10 years too early.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because right now he'd still be playing basketball.
Oh, you know what? That was the one thing I wanted to ask Bam that we didn't ask him about. I wanted to ask him about beating Beasley one-on-one. Beasley made a big deal out of that. We'll get him again. Talk to him down the line.
Oh,
friend of the show.
Write your questions down. Because next time I get him at Domino's, I'm going to line up him and all his friends. Mow him down like grass. I don't think y'all realize who y'all messing with. Come up here with that nonsense. Fake rules. Y'all just sitting there because y'all don't know nothing about Domino's. Oh, Leroy.
You're lashing out. I gotta say, you're lashing out, dude. You're lashing out.
I'm lashing out.
Dude, you're -1. This is ridiculous.
No.
Oh, dude, you're lashing out.
-1.
I'm sitting here as a professional, as a doctor of dominoes, a dominologist, sitting here listening to you two knuckleheads comment on the dominoes on the table.
I'm not commenting on them.
Y'all wasn't even looking at the comments saying, oh, no, that ain't right. That's not how you
I saw some comments saying that. I'm just telling you based on your facial
You ain't say that when we was playing.
I said it on there. I said, like, he looks kind of nervous. I was saying it while
I'm not nervous. I was mad that he tweaking the rules as we go.
It's kind of a little Devin Haney-ish, dude. You know?
Really?
Different rules, different weight classes.
No, that's what Bam did. Not me.
What?
Not me.
He's like Ryan Garcia.
Oh, yeah. He said, I bet on myself. It don't matter. I got my money. Like, yeah. No, we found out the truth. We found out the truth. Nico put it out there.
He did.
So now I got to go to Nico. Nico is the new Goran.
He is. That's the great thing about having somebody from Slovenia or
second language.
Or
they don't
Serbia.
know how to.
They're just honest. And he was basically like, he not only cheats, he brags about cheating.
Yeah. You see that? See how he was kind of quiet though? That's okay, Leroy. That's okay. He knew. You know what you did. You know what you did, Bam. You know what you did.
Wow, man. We'll take a break.
I could tell it was gonna be a problem when them little bitty ass dominoes in his big ass hand. He couldn't even hardly hold them. And then he gonna make fun of my dominoes. Say, what dominoes you travel with? I'm not traveling with ivory. Like, the good dominoes when you go to somebody's house, they got ivory, ones made of ivory and they nice and big and swole. Like, no.
He's got Supermax dominoes.
I say when I see your game, then I'll bring my good dominoes. Until then, you get Walmart dominoes.
We'll take a break. Back after this. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Miami Heat in the midst of training camp. Miami Dolphins trying to get ready for the Patriots. Miami Hurricanes. They got game day this week. Cal. Anything you want to see better this week, Leroy, is like as far as the Canes are concerned with I agree. Go out with the win. Showed a lot of balls getting that win after going down and, cleaning things up.
It's easier to clean it up after a win.
Yeah. So, how does it, what do you think has to get better from what you've seen? Because that's definitely their toughest test this far.
Offensive line.
Interesting.
Run blocking.
Run blocking for sure.
Being able to run the football. You can break the will of somebody on the road if you can run the football. If you can't run the football, it only takes somebody missing a snap, somebody not being here at cadence, them to get off, strip sack, fumble, right? And the next thing you know, momentum. You're better than them. Okay, so let's not. You're better than them. But crazier things have happened.
Yep.
So the way you control that and the way you control the line is you run the football, you run it early, and you run it often. And if you do that and make them think they got to go all out to stop the run, Cam gonna have himself a day.
What is the furthest you've traveled for a game? Oh, I know. You went to Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Michigan played the University of Hawaii. And you best believe they used that as a recruiting.
Was that like a start of the season, or you guys did that in the season?
It was the first time, and I want to say 40 years, that Michigan didn't play Ohio State at the end of the year.
Really?
Yeah, we played Ohio State, then we went to Hawaii. And but here's what they did. They said, if you like travel, we go to Hawaii, your first year. They didn't tell you got to make the travel squad.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I didn't even know. I just thought, because no matter who you play during the regular season, you're only allowed to travel with so many guys.
I didn't know that. I forgot.
Yeah. So, you ever notice when you look at a home sideline, they have 100 guys. And when you look at the visitors, it looks like they got half of that. You can't travel. You're not allowed to travel with your whole squad. So everybody don't get to travel. So I was like, wow, I did not know this. Now, it wasn't a problem, but still said, wow. And you know what happened? How about this? Chris Callaway. You remember Chris Callaway? He played for the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Callaway was late coming back from Chicago. And he was playing as a freshman.
Oh.
And guess what Bo did? Left his ass in Ann Arbor.
Damn.
Yep. Because he was late coming back from Thanksgiving.
Old school. So you guys, so you played Ohio State, Thanksgiving break, and then you went to Hawaii?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was cool. I had never been that far. I had gone, and then that same year we went to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Then my second year, we played Notre Dame at home, Miami. Then we went to the Rose Bowl again because UCLA plays there. And so, but that's about the extent. Mostly, everything else has been mostly Midwest.
When's the last time they played Cal? Did they play? For some
in
reason,
a bowl?
I feel like they played them in a bowl at AT&T Stadium. Sticks in my mind. I don't think it didn't go well.
Isn't that where Marshawn Lynch went to school?
I don't remember, but I remember they got run. I feel like they got run on in that game badly.
I see 2 games in the history of Cal and UM, and it wasn't
bowl games.
I'm assuming because this one is the last matchup was December 27th, 2008.
Oh, that's a weed whacker bowl. That has weed whacker bowl written all over it.
Emerald Bowl.
Hey, wait, not Emerald the Diamond, Emerald the Nut, right?
Nah.
Javid Best.
Oh,
186 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Damn. Did Marshawn Lynch go to Cal?
Yeah, I think he did.
It sounds right.
I believe he did, yeah. I remember him.
I remember. You know what I remember? Who's the running back that punched dude out for Boise when he was at Boise State?
LeGarrette Blunt.
Oh,
when he was on that was Oregon.
Dude was giving him the business.
Knock, knocked out. Night.
Night.
Went down like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
Yes, Marshawn Lynch did go to Cal. In this game, the Canes, you had Ja'Cory Harris at quarterback. They lost 20. They didn't get killed, I guess. It was 24.
7-point game.
24-17. But I remember Javid Best killing the Canes in that game.
Yeah.
The only other matchup, as we all remember, the coveted October 10th, 1964.
I can already tell you that Cal won.
Yes, 9-7.
Miami didn't really have a program back then.
Sheesh.
Because y'all don't count those years. Y'all don't count from 1927 to 1980.
Yeah. Although
we shouldn't.
Home game for the game.
Just like Notre Dame trying to claim all those championships back in the day.
Oh, Notre Dame. Get out. What are you? Well, I was going to say Bill Russell.
You know what? You know what I did? I cannot wait until Notre Dame gets shut out playing these soft schedules every year.
It's such a ruse that they have going on.
They play all the armed forces, USC.
You don't need to take on all the armed forces. One is fine. Do a rotation.
Why don't they just join the ACC? Well, nobody wants to join the ACC, but they do everything else in the ACC.
They do.
Right?
Just football. Football is the only one.
Notre Dame hates America.
It's not that. It's that we have put Notre Dame on this pedestal based on where we rank them, based on how quickly they move up the rankings. They got their own television deal, so they don't want to join a conference just based on that television deal. But they're going to get squeezed out.
How'd they get a television deal? Why them? Like
Notre Dame, dude.
The intangibles love Notre Dame.
The intangibles.
Great NFL players from Notre Dame. Maybe you guys know
Joe Montana.
I mean, listen, they got some players, but I mean,
Joe Montana, Theismann, Tim Brown.
Pretty good. That's a pretty good start.
You got a Heisman Trophy winner and 2 Hall of Famers. Manti Te'o.
Nope, not counting that guy.
Manti Te'o is a new TV star for Good Morning Football.
Jerome Bettis.
He was a good college player, though.
Jerome Bettis was runner-up in the Heisman, I think.
What were you talking? You were talking something about Jerome Bettis when we were at Radio Row.
We used to bowl. Oh. We used to bowl in these like PBA events.
He looks like he'd have his own custom bowling ball.
Oh, I did. We both. They gave us all kind of balls. We get fitted, and this ball does this ball does that. Oh man, I was into it.
I was watching Reba the other day. Yeah, that's right, Reba. And I don't know, they had just left bowling, and then the guy's like, "You want me to put the bowling stuff away?" And everyone had their own bag with a ball inside of it. I was like, "Oh, that's the sign of being rich."
Fonz is in the bowling league now.
Oh,
with his boys.
Oh, really?
It's dude. I'm telling you, he's an old man. Like, what 25-year-old bowls in a bowling league?
Fonz, where are you going? Bingo.
Yes, that's it. That's the next step. Bingo. Right? I'm surprised he don't have a candy full of caramels and hard candies.
Headlines are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. At Doral Volkswagen, choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Taos, and the Atlas. Remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. Yesterday, Mike McDaniel, he said that Tyler Huntley will be starting at quarterback this week against the Patriots. Odell Beckham and Cam Smith expected to open up their practice window. He also said that Teron Armstead and Kendall Fuller are progressing from their concussions. He says he hasn't even talked to Tua about his concussion because he just wants him. He's on IR, not even looking for an update.
Which is perfect.
Can't do anything anyway.
Can't do anything anyway. So why even, you know what I mean? The only questions people are asking Tua, and they should ask, how do you feel? That's it. That's it. And that's fine. That's okay. That's okay. It's not good or bad. It's a perfect thing that a friend or somebody who's concerned with your overall health would ask. That's it. And you keep that between y'all. You don't have to go back and report to, Tua say he's great. No, that's between y'all. So I like the approach that everybody's taking. I just don't think you're helping the situation by putting him on IR if he didn't have to be.
I agree with that.
But
damage is done now.
Yeah, it's too late. Once you do it, but yeah, so hopefully he can get back and healthy and finish the year out, along with the other 8 players that are injured.
Yep. Well, one thing, we were talking about Chop Robinson in the first hour, and there's no Jalen Phillips this week. I don't know, man.
Coming out party for our boy.
Hopefully.
Wait,
I mean, look, Jalen Phillips.
If he gets 2 sacks, it'll be more than he got in college.
Jalen Phillips did have a slow start to his pro career too. So
yeah, I'm not like saying the things that I'm saying about Chop Robinson to say he's not going to be a good player. But what I'm saying is when you bring him in to be something that you've never seen him be, if he doesn't become that, can you be surprised?
No, definitely not.
Right. And that's where I am. Like, so for example, the last example I can think of, Ted Ginn. Ted Ginn did the same things when he was in college. Get the ball, run fast, run go routes. You try to make him run comebacks and crossing routes and all these other things because he's fast and he couldn't do it, so you didn't keep him. I'm like, whose fault is that? Ted Ginn was being Ted Ginn.
Oh, that Monday Night Football drop that he had.
He did, and he played football forever.
He did play football forever, but man, that Monday Night Football drop that he had. Oh,
right.
Don't worry about that.
But here's the problem. You drafted him in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
So you were expecting something that you never saw. That's a problem.
He was great on the punt return, though. Remember that one? Didn't he have 2 against the Jets?
He won that game. They had no other scores other than his 2 kickoff and punt return touchdowns. It was crazy.
He was fast now.
He was fast.
He could make plays.
He did not.
Maybe he would have worked better in today's football.
I'll tell you why he lasted so long. That dude had no interest in contact. He was like, nope. He pulled the Cam Ward. Like,
this would have been I mean, what did he weigh? 170 soaking wet?
Very skinny. Very skinny. Yeah, very skinny.
He wasn't no David Boston.
Whew.
David Boston looked like one of them overjacked kangaroos. Right? Just
David Boston, juice.
Oh yeah.
Dude, every time he had to run fast, he pulled the hammy.
He had that Watt brothers, like the bones can't hold how much muscles there are. We'll take a break. Back after this.
This hour of Tobin and Leroy is sponsored
All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Hey, I want to let you guys know WQAM has partnered with Mobile Mike Media Relations, the Florida Highway Patrol, the Global Empowerment Mission, and multiple law enforcement agencies to coordinate a Hurricane Helene relief effort to support our Florida neighbors. If you guys can, please stop by the Aventura Mall today and make a donation, including generators, solar-powered lights, canned food, baby diapers, and more. For more on what you can donate, you can go to WQAM.com. Everyone at WQAM thanks you for your support. So today at the Aventura Mall, if you guys want to support. It is very scary what happened up there, and I think that part definitely not aware of hurricane stuff because you're in the mountains. I don't think they probably thought that was hitting them. It's crazy right now.
It is.
Crazy environment. So wishing everybody there well. Beautiful area up there in North Carolina. And we wish everybody the best with what's going on there. The Miami Dolphins continue to get ready. Snoop, you think he's going to have a better show on Leroy? Do you feel like with this guy, he is not unexperienced? It's kind of like I found out of everything. Like, I didn't come away with too much from him in the last game other than, yeah, he looks like he hadn't been in the offense too long. And man, I wish he would have just hit one of those shots to Tyreek.
Correct. And it takes some getting used to, right? And you have to understand, remember the first pass he threw was short.
Yep.
So that next one was getting launched. Right? That's just and maybe that's the timing thing of it that you need to kind of get used to. Now, what a lot of quarterbacks will do in those situations is get air under. You can throw it that far, but when you throw that flat ball, you got to be more accurate. When you put air under the ball, the wide receiver can adjust. That's why it always looks like he's catching it in stride. Because the receiver is actually adjusting to the football.
Right. And then honestly is one of the things that make him into their connection so good at it.
Because he can just launch it.
He could just put that air under it and everybody's
exactly. So I think that's something that him and Tyreek will say, hey man, put some air on it. Now, there are times when you can't because there's a safety there. Right? And that's the thing. You can't put too much air. And then next thing you know, it looks like Tyreek's double covered.
Yeah, he also did have that one where he had to go play DB.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's quarterbacks can make all of these throws, but it's when you make the throws that becomes important. He has the arm to put it out there, but it's how he puts it out there. And so from that standpoint, that takes time. And you're not going to be able to pick that up in a week, although it's frustrating as hell seeing a guy break free, and we all know that's 6 if 2 is in the game.
For sure.
Twice.
Definitely. And that's that. But the thing with this team, man, and this even goes back with Tua there, it's like I just want to see, man, can we have one of those weird things? Because it does feel like a little bit like I don't know if they could just do this based on extra practice. They're on a short week. But man, can they get a damn pick 6, something just to give them a lead early, to give them a different sense of going into a game? Because like they got that play and they answered it by turning the damn football over again.
Here's the deal though. They've done a really good job of getting turnovers. The offense hasn't taken advantage of it.
I know.
So to say, can we just get a pick 6?
Yeah, because just take it out of the offense's hands.
Right. But here's what I would say. I don't know if you can do this, but here's what's required to turn this thing around quickly. You got to be tougher. You got to be tougher up front. And with all the sideways stuff that you run, you're almost promoting finesse, speed, finesse, running. And these big offensive linemen, I mean, look at Paul. That dude ain't going to be running no damn sweeps. Let me maul the guy in front of me. So you go into the meeting room and say, hey, let's just get something where we're going downhill for a period of time. And let's let our offense, you can still do all the other stuff.
You know how like the Dolphins call Uncle Dan? You know, Dan Marino's now Uncle Dan around the building.
Right.
We need to call Grandpa Zonk.
It's not.
We got to bring in Zonk. We need Zonk to toughen some dudes up.
It's not even that. Okay? It's not even that. They know. They know they're not running the football worth a damn. And you know, if you look at the league right now, and I said this after the first couple of weeks, and now others are starting to catch on. The teams who are having the most success are the teams that are able to run the football. Maybe it's a physicality thing. I don't know. But all the teams that are running the ball well are also doing well.
Shreethan goes, the throws can't be meek when you're throwing to Tyreek. He's right.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
The guy is right. When he's right, he's right. You know?
Point for Twitter.
I saw we talk about Baldy breakdowns all the time and how he's always like finding the best parts of the game.
Right.
I saw Baldy breakdown of all the throws Snoop missed. And I was like, when Baldy's breaking down your
when did
mistakes,
Baldy become a heckler? I thought he was only positive on football. Now he's pointing out the bums.
We pissed off Baldy with that with our performance on Monday. So he's coming after us.
I was pissed off watching that performance because but just of waste of time. I'm like, this is not supposed to be how one should not spend their Monday night. And especially not one when I'm watching the other game is 42-39.
Yeah.
And they're having so much fun. And we're sitting here and I'm watching.
That score wasn't 42-39.
What was the final score of that game?
48-21?
No, it was closer than that, dude. I think it was closer than that. Closer than you think.
It was 42-29.
Oh, 42-29.
Yeah.
I was a little off. I knew there was a 9 in there somewhere.
Kind of in the middle of both of you guys' score there. But nonetheless, you know, it's much different when Geno Smith is throwing for 400 yards and Jared Goff is catching touchdowns. And then you look at our game and it's like, you know, we're having a Tony Sperano fest.
It's like, and then they get to, but like, could you imagine being a Lions fan, right? The Lions are like, and they get to have their coach with his Applebee's commercial. Imagine if Mike McDaniel was your waiter. How long is that taking? I mean, like, how long would it take for him to get up the specials?
Well, first of all, he would convince everybody to go keto. He's like,
you ask one.
Hey, big fella, how about a salad?
You know, I anticipated this question.
He's definitely like the waiters that's making the jokey jokes. You know, he's got some one-liners. Like I got a guy at the tavern over here, and he'll be like, he brings out the pad and he goes, let's take these notes. He goes, hello, my name is Kevin. I'm like, you know what your name is. Good bit, though. I'm glad you got waiter bits.
That's great. Gotta make it entertaining, dude. Gotta make it entertaining at the very least.
Attaboy.
Take a break. Time to get to our favorite Wednesday game. Rats Off a Ship is next.
But you know it used to be mad love. So take a look what you've done.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Want to let you know one more time to join the WQM on-air staff at Smoke on the Water in Weston for Whiskey Stars and Cigars. It's Wednesday, October 9th, presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall. Enjoy fine whiskey, a good cigar, and sports talk with all of us here at WQAM. It's free to attend, but you need to RSVP at WQAM.com. That gets you an invite and a complimentary cigar. You must be over 21. That'll get you, you get that invite here. You got to drink responsibly, have some fun with us. Again, that's Wednesday, October 9th at Smoke on the Water in Weston for Whiskey Stars and Cigars. It's presented by Edmore's Sawgrass Auto Mall, official partner, The Main Man. There's nobody better to help you flip your biz and cash out big than The Main Man. Go online to themainman.com, and sponsored by the injury law firm of Cohen and Judah, where a partner handles every single case. Call them up, 866-FAIR-FEE. Let us get to Rats Off a Ship.
Rats Off a Ship, Game 6.
What do we got today, Jennifer, for Rats Off a Ship?
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello. We're going to start off with Mike McDaniel. Apparently, there's fans who want to jump off the bandwagon.
Yeah, there are. I'm sure there are a lot of fans. A lot of fans want him on the hot seat. A lot of fans are looking for their snorkel masks to jump off the ship.
Turn your attentions elsewhere.
What did Mike McDaniel have to say about this, Froggy?
I think people believe when you give them reason to believe, and when if people jump off the bandwagon, that's I'm not really villainizing the people that are jumping off the bandwagon. It's more we gave them reason to, so that's to be expected. I don't think people pay what they pay to go to the Hard Rock Stadium to watch us lose. So whatever results incurred by our game day failure, we deserve.
Wow. Well, I'm rats off a ship on that explanation. One, way too long. Second of all,
rats off a ship.
What I need him to do is be like, jumping off the bandwagon, you call our team soft? 4 weeks in, baby. Just saying. Can't call him out for the same thing that you're doing. I'm rats off a ship.
He's not confident enough when he's giving people permission to jump off of the
exactly. I don't want you to be, hey,
it's a good way to look at it.
Here's what you should do if you're Mike McDaniel. The next time somebody asks you about fans jumping off the ship, do me a favor, hand him a scuba a snorkel and a mask and some flippers. Be like, enjoy your swim. Don't come back.
Oh, yeah, sure. Enjoy your swim, mister. I've scored 1 touchdown in
Enjoy your swim, dude.
Call yourself a guru, dude. I'm in the ocean with the rats. Sorry.
Wow.
I skipped like 3 people.
Wow.
Jeez.
I apologize.
Leroy?
I'm not rats off a ship for this reason. Most coaches would be kind of abrasive in that moment. He was not. He tried to understand the side of the fan. Doesn't mean he has to like it. He just said he understood.
I feel like if he would have said differently, they would have. I feel like if he would have said differently, they would have criticized him anyway.
Right. So he kind of said, "I understand it. I can't tell fans what they can and can't do. So I get it. I get it." So he kind of handled it the best way that he could, while understanding the situation.
JFig, what about your rats?
I'm also not rats off a ship. I get what Leroy is saying also. And you'll probably start losing some of my attention, but I'm not rats off a ship.
Froggy? By the way, who's been chatting your ear off for like 20 minutes?
Seriously.
Tell him to shut up already. You got a radio
Very
show to do.
distracting.
Okay. Well, Tree was here with what potentially could have been a new engineer. And we also
new engineer. Not the time, dude.
Get out of here. Not a problem. Also,
we have a hard enough time finding the ones we got.
What is this? What is this? Orientation?
Put them on camera.
Bit of an orientation as well that I'm currently doing. We have a new trainee.
Not today, it's not.
Yeah, all right. New trainee in the building. Also, in addition to that, we have, I don't know if she wants to be on camera, so I won't necessarily force it on her.
Wait,
we have in the building. Yes.
Hello, new girl.
Hello.
New to the 560 staff, Brittany, correct? Brittany will be joining us for play-by-play.
Really?
Brittany, bitch.
Can I give Brittany can you turn off the mic so she can hear this? Brittany, first piece of advice: if you're producing a show, don't do side talk for 20 minutes, dude, on camera. You bum! Why don't you pay attention to Rats Off a Ship? We got things to do here, and I got frog jokes to make. You hear me, Cam Ward?
They're usually much nicer than this, Brittany, I promise. Usually it's a much nicer experience.
This is just a joke, Brittany.
Oh, look. Wow.
Brittany, by the way, not too big of a fan of Tua.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
She's loaded with takes.
Dolphins fan?
Dolphins fan, definitely. But, I'll let her explain.
Fragile?
I'm sorry?
He asked if you think Tua is fragile.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. All right. Listen, Brittany's bringing in pipe bombs already. You're going to make it in this business, Brittany.
I do.
All right. What else we got for Rats Off a Ship, Jennifer?
Right. So we're still doing that. Jimmy Butler. He has a take to take on the Heat. Sorry. Okay. Okay, we'll do this one more time. Jimmy Butler. It's your fault. You had me frazzled. Jimmy Butler's take on Heat needing to take more threes.
Okay.
Do your job, Frog Boy. Play the sounds.
What are you, a producer or a tour guide? Play the bit.
But
play it.
I disagree. If you shoot 100 threes and you don't make one of them, twos can now beat threes. With that being said, we got a lot of guys that can score from all over the floor. I am one of them. I'm not going to go out there and jack up 1,000 threes. I don't think anybody else is either. We're going to play basketball the right way, and we're going to win games no matter what anybody thinks.
Okay, first of all, -1 for Sass, Jimmy. Like, we get it. You think you're cute if you miss 100 threes and then twos can beat threes. However, I think the bigger point of it is, are they in a spot where they need to space things better? Now, I think Bam's going to obviously help part of that. Tyler does take a lot of threes. Tyler's is among the league leaders in 3-point attempts. So he takes plenty of threes. But my God, I'm Rats Off a Ship. Just stop being so contradictory all the time, Jim VP. Go get me buckets, dude. This offense stunk last year.
Rats off a ship.
He's always trying to play word jujitsu.
I was interesting math.
Don't you do the same thing?
Word jitsu? Yeah, Tobin's got a degree in that.
I mean, hard to say. I think I say what I mean. I mean what
Hard
I say.
to say?
This guy,
not hard to say at all.
This guy's going every single route, every single area. You know what everybody's trying to mean, Jimmy. Leroy?
He's going to shoot however many he feels is necessary. There's no set number. There's a lot of guys. Same thing with Bam. There's no set number. But if you got an open shot, take it. If it needs to be made, take it. That's what we trust Jimmy to do. So there's a lot of guys that can shoot threes. Haven't been a lot of healthy guys to shoot threes, but there's been a lot of guys that can shoot threes on the team. I don't think we need to be consumed. The only person that needs to chuck up 200-300 threes is dunks. That's it. Everybody else, you add it to your repertoire and you kind of shoot them when needed. However many that ends up being, that's how many it ends up being.
What were the Heat last year? Like 19th in attempts last year in total. One. Just shoot more threes, Jimmy. Jeez.
Of course you'd say that. You wanted Bam to shoot 200.
I still stand by that. Leroy was the one saying I was too greedy.
Leroy tried to talk you off the ledge.
What about your rats, JFig?
And rats off of shit.
Froggy?
Rats off of shit.
Yeah, shoot more threes and quit being cute with the math, dude. Rats off of shit.
Rats off of shit.
His math does live in too cuteville.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Well, he's trying to be more serious now, right? He stopped being cute.
Tell you what, who need and this guy over here, Frog Boy, he's turned in from producer to tour guide.
Is that why you took the train today?
It was a very scenic route, though. I do gotta admit, it really changed my life, guys. I'm telling you.
Giving your life story like you've been talking straight for 25 minutes off air.
Just doing my best. Just doing my best. Wait till you find out what Galen emailed me too.
Oh, what did he email you?
How to do another topical.
Another topical? Here's a topic. Stay on topic.
Okay. I was doing well. Leroy's out here texting away.
What are you doing? Tell Leroy.
Who are you texting?
Who are you talking to?
I got to make sure my chipmunk's okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you don't have a sick child here.
I thought he was talking about an actual chipmunk. We're not talking about Ricky. We're still. This is
no. For a second, I thought he was talking about a
squirrel. Get it right.
Squirrel, chipmunk,
samesies, dude. One's orange, one's brown.
Cousins.
And that doesn't sound like the samesies.
We'll take a break. Final hour coming on up. Back after this.
For lashing out.
WQAM.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy take you up till 2 here on the program. Miami Dolphins and New England Patriots squaring off this week. We got Canes and Cal late on Saturday night. Got a nice little double header for myself on Saturday night, Leroy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be watching Canes, little UFC. Enjoy myself, you know?
That's fun. I'm going to be at Halloween Horror Nights for the first time ever.
With your child?
No, he's going to be in the car.
Wait, question. Didn't you go last year?
I did, but I died in the first 5 minutes, so they gave me tickets for this year.
What?
Yeah, I died.
Didn't you poop yourself or something?
No, I thought I had. Okay. Dude, listen, before this goes out, Brittany did not poop myself, though. We have a guest. I don't want you to. Did get severe gas pain, though.
Thought yeah.
Fart this one out. Did not work that way. Did not work that way. Squeaky cheeks. Yeah, so now my entire family is coming with gas X prepared.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, very nice of them. They don't want me to ruin their fun, really.
Let's get to headlines here, brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. At Doral Volkswagen, choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Teos, and the Atlas. Remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. We'll put a little bow on this Canes game from last week because this Brent Pry, Hokies coach, still whining, dude.
Punchable face.
Very punchable face. Looks like an evil stepdad, you know? Like, that's what his he does. What do you mean? What are you looking at me like that for? You telling me he doesn't look like an evil stepdad from a Hulu series?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Hulu just ran a Lifetime.
Specifically Hulu.
Yeah, it's a Hulu series. It used to be Lifetime. Now it's Hulu, you know? But here is Brent Pry still whining about losing.
As far as the call at the end of the game on Friday night, I received.
Look how disappointed he would be in a stepson. Like,
you know, I cannot unsee it now.
No, like this.
He almost, yeah.
He's like he's trying to get someone to call him dad.
For sure, this guy played an alcoholic on Seventh Heaven.
On Seventh Heaven, bye.
No explanation on the field. No explanation in the locker room. The first thing I heard was what the general public heard at 1:30 that night. A statement that to me was confusing at best. I was finally contacted Monday morning, which was a solicited contact by the head of officials for the ACC.
Just say you called them. You don't have to be fancy and say it was a solicited contact.
What are you talking about?
It was a solicited contact.
That's a big word for me, dog.
Yeah, seriously.
Why are you trying to all of a sudden
just say you had to reach out to them, their Seventh Heaven?
I asked for an explanation and the video that they viewed that merited overturning the call with indisputable evidence. The explanation was there was a loose ball that was touched by a Miami defender who was out of bounds. The video showed nothing new, nothing that none of us hadn't seen already. The words used with me were interpretation and hard to find, which to me, neither one aligns with indisputable.
By the way, is this guy leveling charges, or is he trying to explain the end of a football game?
It seems
I don't know what's going on.
He's working for the DA, and he's getting ready to bring charges against a known felon.
He also kind of sounds like the guy from the Tyreek Hill gala talking about his father.
Yeah, like, first of all, and also his vest is not helping right now.
Put some sleeves on your bubble vest, dude.
On your bubble vest.
What are you out here mucking stalls for your horses? Like, what is that outfit that you got going on here? And up into interpretation. Hey, okay, so here's what you to the point. I'll let you finish out here, stepdad. But the point is, right now, you're upset because there were no new angles to show you proof that maybe you won, that everything that was determined in the correct ending of the game was still the same. Is that what you're trying to say here? Because I don't really understand what he's quibbling about, other than losing. Gather yourself.
I watched the video that they watched. If it was ruled a catch, I don't see how you overturn it. There's no evidence. If it was ruled not a catch, I don't see how you overturn it. You can't see enough to tell. That's my take on it. I feel for our players, our fans. But we've turned the page. We turned the page Sunday evening in an aggressive manner with our players, with our staff, with our media, with our player parents, with our own wives, with everybody. So respect.
I think your wife's probably telling you, get over it, dude. Like, time to move on.
Seriously.
Our wives. And by the way, correct me if I'm wrong. The ref didn't say it was indisputable. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been overturned. They did see disputable evidence, which was ball touched, Kane's tush, out of bounds, dead ball. Idiot.
What do you want, dude? But
Somebody overturn his vest.
I do, however, I want to hear one quick part of that. I just removed JFig for a second. That's how angry I was.
-1.
That's fair.
So just deep pause.
Just any part in the middle where he was complaining the most sounded like a prepared. Yeah, I just want to see one thing. I think this may help
with indisputable evidence. The explanation was there was a loose ball that was touched by a Miami defender who was out of bounds. The video showed nothing new, nothing that none of us hadn't seen already.
Yeah, more or less exactly what I thought it would be. Cry me a river, dude. Whining. The world's tiniest violin.
How long was that video?
Too long.
Too long.
That was a prepared statement. For sure, that was a prepared statement. He thought about
definitely reading.
That's when you have to do it when you're mad as hell.
He even put in parentheses, pause, dramatic pause.
Take 2 seconds to breathe right here. The ACC, like, come on, dude, you're that hurt. Get over it. It's Virginia Tech. What are you guys going to do anyway? 2-2. It's not like this is like a smudge on your perfect record.
I just don't understand.
Just whine.
As I was picking out this particular vest today, I still couldn't get through my day.
It was an interesting vest choice.
Keep in mind, it's probably a little bit cooler up
Why?
here.
Can I just? How come when coach? Can I just ask a question as a general thing? Right? Isn't it always coaches who tell you 24-hour rule or move on to the next play? Don't dwell on it.
It took 2 days to write that statement.
Do they have a bye week? Like, shouldn't this guy be preparing for a game? Man. Crazy. All right, we'll take a break. Tyreek Hill looks like he's back trolling on Twitter, but maybe it's a thing. I don't know. We'll get to that. The cheetah, he tweets back after this.
Why would
Oh, it's that tamper, Justin Timberlake. Get him off. Yeah, he tried to tamper with Jimmy Butler. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
I know what you were up to.
One of the
don't think I didn't know what JT was up to.
We know, dude.
Want to let you guys know one more time today, WQAM has partnered with Mobile Mike Media Relations, the Florida Highway Patrol, the Global Empowerment Mission, and multiple law enforcement agencies to coordinate a Hurricane Helene relief effort to support our Florida neighbors. If you guys can, stop by the Aventura Mall today and make a donation, including generators, solar-powered lights, canned food, baby diapers, or more. And more on what you can donate, go to WQAM.com. And everyone here at 560, thanks you for your support. All right, we're going to bring Erik Spoelstra. If you guys missed him earlier in the week, Spo joined the program. Haven't talked to Spo on the show in a couple of years, and he was fantastic on all things. Referred to Boston as the enemy, which,
yeah,
he hates
my favorite part.
He hates them. That actually slipped by me in the midst of all of it. You know, it was like, because you're just like, I'm like, oh, well, back in the like, did he call them the enemy?
Because you agree. That's why. It's like,
I do agree. That's how I would refer to Boston at all times, the enemy. He's been he's probably been into a lot of military stuff lately, huh?
Yeah, he has. He definitely
reminded me of Tony Soprano, where he's like, Tony Soprano would like fall asleep with the Haagen-Dazs on his lazy boy and just watch war movies.
I've done that.
Really?
No, not with not ice cream.
Mm-hmm. Snacks though?
I've fallen asleep. I have my little tray, right?
Oh.
And I'll be watching the game, having snacks, and then I'll just put the tray to the side and doze off.
Mm.
Then I realize that one of the dogs are tasting my fingers, and I have to get up.
So Tyreek Hill tweeted about 40 minutes ago, and could be something, could be nothing. It is Tyreek, so you know.
Take it for what it is what you're saying.
He's a pot stirrer. Here was his tweet. His tweet was, woke up to trade news. Exciting. Now,
what does it mean, though?
I don't know what it means. I mean, like, look.
You know what it means. He's talking about DeVante Adams. He ain't talking about trade rooms with him.
Could be. You know,
you guys are
most likely. I'd say most likely.
Oh my goodness.
Could be.
Here you go again.
What?
Here you go again.
You know, but he was, there was some Tyreek fodder over the last couple of days. There was, of course, him yelling at Mike McDaniel or yelling in the direction of Mike McDaniel on the sideline. And then there's also his Twitter bio, which if JFig you could throw up for our video audience, his Twitter bio is literally, I enjoy starting bleep, then leaving.
Yeah.
With 3 laughing emojis.
Right. So do with it what you will. I mean, I don't know what to make of it. I don't think Tyreek Hill is traded. Unless
Why would you even put that into the...
Why would I? He did, not me.
Yeah, but you because he knows there's people like you out there that's going to do this.
I don't know.
Did he get up to trade rumors? Yes. Were they his? No. Stop. 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 This is your fault. Stop.
Why is it my fault?
Because you know where you're going.
I don't have the platform he does.
You know what? You know what you are right now? I'll tell you what you are.
What?
Stay hydrated, champ. That's what you are.
That's not true.
You know what?
I find that offensive.
He put the stuff in the pot and you were stirring.
Look.
Could be nothing.
I'm just reading.
Technically, it was already stirred. He's the one that put it up.
Yeah, I'm just reading the tweets. I'm not looking into anything.
Tobin didn't start this one. I'm going to say that.
He said, I got up this morning to trade rumors.
Exciting, though. He added exciting.
Exciting.
Which because like
trade rumors are
I think it's more sarcastic.
And we knew because we talked about it. It was DeVante Adams.
Well, that was rumored, but here's the thing. He says exciting. That means like he has news, not rumors. Like rumors are exciting.
less than a month ago, he said, there's no way in hell I want to leave Miami, right?
I know. Well, listen, you play a couple games with Skylar Thompson, you get missed on some tutties.
Now he's starting.
All of a sudden, you're thinking about the Stephen A. Smith is on ESPN the last 2 days saying the worst decision in sports history, in sports free agency history, was Tyreek Hill leaving the Chiefs. Even though technically it was a trade.
You know who else said they wouldn't leave? Said just 2 months ago they were locked in with their team. DeVante Adams.
Wow. You guys should have watched receiver this year. He was
you should also know what the reasons he went to there. It was bound to happen at some point. This was bound to happen. When you brought him there, selling on him, he could play with his teammate, his former teammate, and then get rid of the teammate. It was bound to happen. That's how he ended up. Guess what? Did he get traded? He got traded before Aaron Rodgers, a year before Aaron Rodgers left, right?
No, same. Yes.
Right. He got traded a year because Aaron Rodgers played a year without him.
Right.
But, yeah, come on. Y'all need to stop. Because you know what? Everybody is not like us and can actually read through the nonsense and laugh at it for the jokey joke it is. Somebody gonna read that and be all serious about it because that's what Twitter is. I would rather not be the ones to do it. But that's neither here nor there.
Antonio Pierce, by the way, speaking of, was asked, any distractions for the Raiders? Quote, nope, we're all focused on Denver.
You better be, because if Denver wins.
Denver's defenses look good, though. We'll say
that.
But I will say 52 of you are focused on it, Antonio. I don't know if all 53 of you are locked in right now. I mean, you were the one out here liking tweets about losing your star receiver, so you know.
Did he comment on that? He said it was just fat fingers?
He said business as usual. I'm
talking about nobody asked him about the tweet.
He just, they did. His question was on the like tweet. He said, quote, I'm just focused on Denver.
Oh, no comment then.
He basically Bill Belichicked it.
Yep.
We're on to Cincinnati.
No, they're not on Cincinnati.
That's what Belichick's quote was.
Okay, all right.
Enjoy starting, bleep, and leaving. I would be really upset, though, if they traded Tyreek Hill.
Would you be upset if the Jets got DeVante Adams?
Yes!
Okay.
But not as upset as I would be if the Chiefs got him.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
DeVante Adams goes to the Jets.
Yep.
Then what?
They're going to jet it up.
The problem is not the wide receivers.
I understand.
The problem is that offensive line and the fact that their quarterback can't be as elusive as he used to be.
Would you agree with me saying, though, if the Chiefs get him, let's just pack it up?
I mean, are we kind of packing it up anyway?
It's really annoying. I hate them.
Why do you hate them?
It's just, it's just like how they keep doing this. And by the way, you know how
they're good.
Yeah, but now they used to be fun to watch, and now it's just like every game is 14-12. I'm just like,
but they're winning. Like, why do we hate winners? Like, I hate winners for this reason, because I have a vested interest in two football teams. And I hate that they're in the same conference with that team.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be mad at them for winning. Like, you know what? Forget whether you like Patrick Mahomes and all the people around him, and forget if you don't like the Tay and Kelsey situation. It's just too much or whatever. You know who I'm happy for? Andy Reid. That guy took abuse everywhere he went, and now he's winning. Good for him.
Still getting abused by Travis Kelce, though. Did you see?
Here we go.
Come on, bro.
But
Weren't you having a conversation?
But again, can we be happy for that dude? He been through it now. They booed him out of Philly. like he was the worst. No, good for him.
Damian Lillard weighed in. He says, if the Raiders trade Tay for a damn second-round pick, I'm done.
Oh, that's right. He's a Raiders fan.
Yep.
And that's going to matter how much? Because you wanted to go to Miami, and look where your ass at. So how much say-so you think you got?
Okay.
Nobody's better than Scoot.
Okay.
I
like the food.
I'm just saying. If your words mean something, wow, they didn't mean nothing when it concerned you. You think it's gonna matter when it concerned another player on another team in another league?
Sounds like Damian Lillard's boxed in.
Amazon Prime.
Goodness. Oh my goodness, look at him. He got that look like
Scoot. Now that you
his eyes say I'm getting ready to say something stupid
from it, kind of what do you look back on about your rookie season and kind of what you learned from it?
I look back at the food, the good food that I had. Yeah.
He wanted
a lot
to
of
say
food. And then, what I've learned from it.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually the look you had looking for food at Media Day, Leroy.
How the hell did he find all those oranges?
It was in my car.
It was in this car.
When I went to get my phone, I was like, ooh, orange slices. These are
he came back trying to hide it too.
No, I wasn't.
You did have a look.
The same look. You had the same look.
You had a look.
Like you got caught.
I found some substance. Yeah.
Deer in the headlights. That's what you look like.
Dade South says, I was happy for Andy Reid 2 Super Bowls ago. Enough of them. Exactly, dude. Sick of them.
I know. I got it. But, come on. What has Andy Reid done? Andy Reid hasn't done anything to anybody, and all of a sudden we hate him. Right? No, I'm not going to do that. Now, if you, I'm not even tired of Kelsey or Patrick Mahomes. Go ahead. Be great. Now, would I like to be more competitive against them? Of course.
I mean, 3-time Super Bowl champion. You're going to yell at his face because you're not getting the ball? Grow up, dude. It's the coldest game of all time.
By the way, haven't we passed the breakup date? Didn't you say they were going to be broken up by the 23rd?
Yes.
No, but if you guys didn't read the manual. The manual that released says on page 38, if for some reason there is a reveal, we must push back the breakup date, which, as you see, he is now hosting a television show. So it all worked out for the best. So
that show has been in the news for possibly a year already.
Yeah, according to the breakup manual, on page 3.
Does it also include where she doesn't show up to the games anymore because she hasn't shown up for 2 of them, right?
Guys, writing's on the wall. Or in the
tour?
No, so the next date is here, but I think it's in 2 weeks or maybe 3.
Down here or in the U.S.?
No, I think it's down here, literally down
Miami.
Here. Ooh.
Go ahead and tell our friend Bernie.
Her tickets are
a mortgage.
Expensive?
So bad.
What? Let me do this.
It's so sad, Leroy.
Hey,
I gave all hope up.
Let me see something.
Not even Bernie Kosar's cinnamon rolls could calm down Travis Kelce right now.
I'm telling you, dude. Watch. I'll get him. Bernie really likes me.
I know he does. He's a good man. You know who else is a good man?
He's great.
Who's that?
Erik Spoelstra. Love Erik Spoelstra. Had him earlier in the week. If you guys missed him, fantastic on all things Miami Heat. We bring that to you coming up next.
This
Spoelstra in the house with us here for Miami Heat Media. Coach, thanks for the time, man. Really appreciate it.
All right, appreciate it. Looking
refreshed, energized,
all the above. We've had too much time off. Yeah, as we were talking, I mean, we've been off since early May, and losing to Boston and then seeing them win, that offers a little bit of different motivation in the offseason. I think we're all able to get time away, understand that we're going to have to come together and get to a higher level. That's what happens when a team wins the championship. They force you to raise your level, and that's what we're looking forward to out of our group.
You said you plan on watching none of it. Did you watch any of Boston's run?
I didn't watch any of it live, no. But, yeah, of course, this summer you have to get to work. I just was not going to watch it, as it was happening, and I certainly did not watch the coronation, any of that. I don't need that part, to see their parade as motivation. But to get to school, yeah, you have to understand what the enemy is doing and how they adapted and got to a higher level, because that's what's going to be required for our ball club.
You have such an interesting roster with young guys ascending, the mainstays you had. What do you imagine camp competition is going to be like for you going into this with roles and all that? Because I feel like there's a lot of fun things you could play with this roster.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We're going to get right to it, and I commend the group for coming in prepared, ready. We've checked the boxes of conditioning, the conditioning test, the player development, working out. Guys have been playing enough pickup. Their bodies are ready. Their minds are clear, and now we have to get to it. And I do have some evaluations to make. I do have an idea of some of the main things, and the direction that we'll go, but I want to be open to the competition. I want the young guys to come in here with that kind of exuberance they showed during Summer League. We have a lot of young talent in the building now. We wanted to restock our talent pool, with some young guys, and I want them to push the vets. I want the vets to come into camp not entitled, but to actually have to earn their spots as well, to have that kind of mindset. And then we'll see where it goes. And then in terms of mixing and matching, that's what preseason will be about. We won't have all the answers by day one, but I'm going to be very intentional at camp of trying to get to it and trying to make some decisions early on.
Isn't this this is one of the first times I've seen this much young talent. Usually it's you add some veterans, you move some pieces around, and it's mostly a veteran squad. To have so much young talent, is this something new for you? Because I can't remember you having this much young talent, on the team that's going to actually contribute.
We've had different times where we've had talent adds. Obviously, when we added Bam,
right.
When we added Tyler, and then that first year when we added Jimmy, we felt like we had some young talent in the pool. This is a little bit different because there's a little bit more in terms of we still have Jaime, we still have Nico.
Right.
Add them to the mix of who we added this summer. That's where I think the Heat fan base was excited. The group found a way to win the Summer League championship. Our draft picks were talented, and Khalil and Pella. They show that they can produce and impact winning, even just at that level. That matters to us. And then guys like KJ and Josh Christopher, they made us watch, and that's what I want. The first thing when you're a young player, you have to commit to the work. Then you have to make us watch, make us pay attention. If you're not doing that enough, you're not earning that. All right. And then the next step is find a way to impact winning. And that's when you start putting pressure on some of the veteran players. So I don't know. Right. At this point, it's exciting, Summer League, but now you turn the page, it's a little bit different, when the vets come into camp. But I want that to be a very competitive, spirited camp. And we have to collaborate, together. But I don't want them backing down from anybody.
Right.
From Jimmy's standpoint, you've been in the position where guys get a little bit older, superstars. How do you feel like? Is there any way you feel like you have to handle him differently, or do you just let him be who he's been with you guys?
He's really prepared. Coming into the season, he understands that he needs me. To be at the top of my game where he is in his career. I have experience coaching players his age, and I need him to be at the top of his game, not only physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, but as a leader. And at this point in our careers, where we've been together now going on our 6th year, based on my experience, that's where you can have the beauty of unspoken leadership. where we're moving the locker room. When he needs me to move the locker room and move it in a certain way, I do it. When I need him to do it, he does it. When we need to collaborate together, that's when we really can be powerful. And sometimes, the first 2 or 3 years, you're just getting to know each other. And I just think these are amazing opportunities. It happens so infrequently, in our league. Unfortunately, we're able to coach somebody for that many years in a row, and that goes for Bam as well. I'm going on 8 years with Bam, but 5 collectively between Bam and Jimmy and I, and we're the leaders. We're going to need everybody, but they're going to follow us, and our ability to be in sync. That's where we can really, make the biggest difference.
Have you, I guess, message-wise to him, what has been his mindset? Because obviously he has just as high standards as you guys do to win championships, and for him to be on the sidelines at the end of it, seeing you guys get eliminated, how tough is that for him when you speak with him about it?
Yeah, we were in contact when I was, overseas, and he's in the same place. Look, we're all competitors. We're all type A, so when you're frustrated and you see somebody else win, and he wasn't even able to get out there. Well, we've had time enough to reflect on it, enough to fuel us, to have a great off season. He put in a great deal of work this summer. I think he was able to prepare for this season, more so than he has in previous seasons, because we've had more time. And I like where he is and all those places that I talked about, and just looking forward to getting him and everybody else back in the mix and getting this thing started.
How cool was the go ahead, Leroy.
I always wondered, because there's been an influx of European players. They come over here at 19, 20 years old. How do you treat some of these guys that have been professionals since they were 15, 16 years old, and then they come here? I know it's not the same, but they have been professionals. Nico's been playing against grown men, for 3 years before he got here.
Yeah, and I first had that experience with Goran.
Okay.
Goran literally played professional basketball in Spain at 15.
Right.
And as he explained that whole process, you could see why he was so mature and ready. The first year or two, you have to get used to how the NBA moves.
Okay.
That's a different association, and that was part of Nico's deal that first year. He had to get healthy. He had to understand the NBA. He had to understand and learn our culture. Well, those are big asks, and that's a big transition, for somebody. But that next summer, he went back to work and put on, 25 pounds. I think that really helped him. These last 2 summers playing for the Serbian national team and have that team having the expectations to win just like ours, I think has really helped him understand how to impact winning, and then him earning that role last year. Nothing is given here, and I think that's just for us. It's not. I'm not saying that's the only way to do it, but we're not gifting minutes just to give you experience. You have to earn minutes to be able to learn how to impact winning, and there were frustrating times for Nico. I get it. I understand it. I like that. Like, you got to fight for it, and he fought for it, and by the end of the year, he earned that starting spot and played some really productive basketball. And I think that playoff experience also was really important for him.
We were talking to Karan about him a couple weeks ago, and he had mentioned that it was like a real show of mental toughness that he played through because he was dealing with whatever it was that happened to him in the workouts, just to have himself available for Serbia. Why'd you guys want to show that, let him show that? Because a lot of teams would be like, let's just keep it, ready for camp. Instead, you guys let him be there for his Serbian team.
Look, this is the Olympics. This is such a big stage, and I saw last year firsthand that Serbian team in the World Championships. I spent a lot of time with Nico over there in the Philippines, and I saw how connected that group was and how much winning mattered. To me, that translates. You can't get any kind of pickup game in the summer or any kind of one-on-one like player development workout that's going to translate like playing for your national team. And the expectations. He played for a crazy Serbian coach, so I know he's the demands. I loved it. I bumped into the coach and I told him, I know you're going to, but coach him harder. And he had all those things, and he had to fight and earn his spot there, and he earned a starting spot. So I think that experience was really important for his player development. And we didn't know whether he was going to play. We just wanted him to be on the team, just to be there for the Olympics, because I knew how much that meant for him.
We got 2 things that we love that you do, or that we want to ask you about. the Spo travel call. There's an art to it because there is. No, we watch.
You get carried away.
So we go fingers, and then we go to full arms. Do you know when it gets to the point where we go from fingers to all right, enough? He's walking all over the place.
Oh boy, is this a meme or something?
No. Yes, no. Come on.
We're
seeing it. It's like it's.
I haven't seen that one. I've seen the one I call the horns. Like I have seen that. I've not seen the travel. But hey, if you're not paying attention. All right, then hey, I'm gonna make you pay attention. I guess that's what it is.
It stands out because you're so stoic on the sidelines, like you don't, and then all of a sudden, it's
beautiful.
I don't know. I have to have TD find that for me. I was not
he's
aware.
laughing too. He's seen it.
I was not
You've
aware
seen
of that one. Yeah.
So we appreciate the time. Thanks so much, man.
Appreciate you guys.
We're looking forward to the season, and I appreciate you giving us some time.
Likewise. Okay.